Never satisfied with the turning out of things. The fear of bleeding one more time. Like an open door with the hinges ripped in two. The fear of getting over you is like an open door. Tear away this part of me that hides so deep inside of me. You can't deny just what you are. A masquerade that's gone too far.
Greetings, Kindred. I am Voivode Mekhet, and this is my World of Darkness. And tonight is the first session of Thicker Than Water Black Sheep. And with me, we have 4 of our 6 players to my left here.
Hi, I'm Cole. I'm playing Hattie.
Hi, I'm Evelyn, and I'm playing Daniela, also known as Dana the Dead.
Hello,
Nice.
I am David and I play Valentino.
Hi, I'm Gwen. I'm playing Lorenzo Putneska.
Does anybody else feel like they're ripping off LA by Night?
Yes!
Having not watched LA by Night, no.
You need to
have
fix that.
to.
I'm going to start docking you XP.
I haven't watched it either, but
For every night you don't watch it,
I've got a 12-hour road trip ahead of me.
It's like
so I'll
it's
catch up.
7 seasons of stuff you ain't catching up.
you can just literally listen to it while
12
you're
hours there, 12 hours back.
True.
Ew.
All right, I'm not actually going to dock you XP, but speaking about docking XP,
Oh, wow.
David.
David.
No,
you do?
nobody's in trouble.
Everything.
David. David's not in trouble. We actually already talked about this. I'm gonna butcher this name. Derkristia. On our character creation for Valentino, they commented that just because it's only the thing you didn't mention as a house rule, Arms of Aramain are in fact an amalgam with Potence 2. But then they said, but fun aside, I wish you all much fun with your necromancers. So what we decided to do, yes, thank you very much for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Because I completely just, after playing so many years of Vampire the Masquerade with the Arms of Aramain not being an amalgam or a combo discipline, now that it is, it's good to know. Thank you for the reminder. But what we had decided was we are just going to dock the 10 points that it would cost for you to buy that additional level of potence. I'm going to go ahead and give you that level of potence, which you chose
I chose Prowess.
prowess. And we're going to go ahead and, as long as that's okay with everybody at the table, he's starting off a little bit higher than everybody else.
No, rebuild from scratch.
Now, to say like we're evening this out, he did have like the lowest roll on the free points that I was giving
By
him.
1 point, I only rolled a 2.
That's true.
So it is not our fault that David sucks at rolling dice.
I had to yell at him. He dropped it and it just like went flat down. I was like,
On a
"You
6.
dropped that, roll it."
Dude. What kind of gamer are you?
I think
I'm a Warhammer player, that's what.
Oh, okay.
Banished. I think that's the only pre stuff that we actually have to handle. The only pre-game stuff we have to handle.
So you're starting in negative XP? Is that what I'm
Yes.
hearing?
He has to earn 10 XP before he actually gets them.
It'll all balance out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. So yeah, if that's all, we can get started.
Thank you.
Okay. So the last few months of playing Thicker Than Water, we've been focused on the Anarch coterie that has been trompsing around Chicago in everything that they've been doing. They were sent there for a very strange negotiation tactic involving the Camarilla, the Spot, and the Anarchs. Are you okay? People are going to die laughing.
Yeah.
We're being sent to school to learn how to behave.
You are.
ourselves.
I seriously
We've
like.
been sent to Vampire U. It's fine.
Like
It's fine.
the reason I hate Twilight so much is the high school thing.
I was gonna say just because it's Twilight.
But this is no. You know
This is
what?
college.
It's not
It's
that
fine.
bad of a
Different.
story.
Totally
It's more
different.
like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Aside from the high school crap, it's not that bad.
That's like most of it.
I know.
The
That's
first
why it's a
movie,
bad
right?
story. Anyway,
There's a lot wrong.
Team
But
Jacob
that's
for
beside-
life. Okay, go ahead.
he's not even a werewolf. He's a hedge maker for God. All right, so
Oh, it's funny because it's
your standard coterie that you've been playing is taking Kevin Jackson's finishing schools, which have been pointed out by several of the community members that most people don't survive these.
And the characters finally found this out too.
Yes. But due to the fact that over the next few months, you guys are going to be focusing primarily on your schoolwork and bar hopping, I felt that the story itself wasn't really going to
Just
be
means they're
interesting.
embracing the college lifestyle.
Exactly, and nobody wants to watch that. We've all seen enough real world New Jersey.
Yeah, we all would have been dead within the 4 months.
I don't want to do.
Never. watch
It's
real
good,
world.
it's just-
Well, then you're a better person than everybody else. So.
I hate reality TV.
Anybody who has not watched the real world gets an extra XP tonight.
Hey.
Anyway, but we are going to go back to Portland tonight and meet 4 brand new kindred, some literally brand new kindred, embraced into the night. And we're going to see exactly what's been happening while the coterie's been gone and the Camarilla has been packing up. Because the agreement was that if you can pass this, they ship out, leaving the Anarchs in control of Portland. Except for a small emissary for the kindred who do not want to give up on their businesses. There's not going to be a prince of the city. There's going to literally just be a little room for the Camarilla to be able to go and participate in Elysiums without a ruling body. But the Anarchs and the
So
Camarilla are not the only kindred in the city. The New Orleans district has been historically run by a elder vampire by the name of Whistler, who in the late 90s, early 2000s was revealed to be a specific bloodline of vampires known as the Zemeti. He has, as of late, joined the Hecata, and that's the clan that you all belong to in your own way. You all come from different families. Tonight, at 8:59, the sun goes down. Your eyes open. Along with this dog growl when I say your eyes open. That's amazing. I hope that caught on the tape. But you're not the only ones. The Hecata are not the only ones that have control over this. In the downtown area, inside of a financial firm, James Merrick is waking up on a horsehair bed, shaking off the whiskey hangover he has from the night before. Redclave, the gangrel of the Anarchs, who's formerly Sabat, is staked in his closet.
Okay.
Victor Loretta is beneath the chapter house of the cult of Mithras, stealing whatever he can, trying to get away with the relics before agents of the god vampire comes back to claim them.
Well, remember, there's not going to be much left because Gabriel did that too.
Well, I'm well aware. And at this point in time, already having been awake for about an hour before the sun went down, Billy Smith is straightening his tie, making sure there's no creases in his suit. Making his way into a small room off the side of his haven to kiss his aging granddaughter before he leaves to attend business, his near final business of Prince of the City, if all things go well with the Anarchs. And you all wake up in your havens. To my knowledge, the four of you have never met.
Not as far as I know.
Aside maybe in passing, probably not.
I can understand how a couple of you might have heard of each other. Or at least heard of your businesses, if you have them.
Mm-hmm.
But after the family reunion, things are about to come together in a whole new way. Does anybody listen to the news before they do anything?
Radio.
Typically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably check it on my phone.
Portland has been diligently working to replace the old gas mains that have been causing so many tragedies as of late. The Olympic City being destroyed months ago. The horrible events that happened at the karaoke bar on New Year's Eve that killed 50 people. On the ground that Olympic City was on is a brand new medical research facility that's being placed. It's called McCarthy General Research. And they will be studying pretty much anything that has to do with phlebotomy.
Okay.
The Blood Research Center. I would like everybody to go ahead and roll for their hunger.
Oh yeah, Ross checks. Or food checks.
I am hungry.
Hey, I'm good. Oh, I should fill in that first dot anyway.
You need to borrow a set of dice?
Yeah.
You can split mine.
I do have an extra just in case you get to it.
Can I do borrow a pencil, please?
I just need one for it. Yeah. Let's do this.
I got it.
Okay, so where is everybody? If you passed, you're at 1.
Mm-hmm.
If you failed, you're at 2.
Oh,
So,
I'm fine.
I'm at 2.
1.
okay.
1.
Thank you. I'm going to try to keep track of everything myself. For a change, I'm not just putting this up to you.
I'm sure it's fine.
Just allow me to be lazy or speak.
Tony's trying to act professional.
I am. I'm
Being
trying.
recorded.
I'm trying to do this professionally. All right. Now, does anybody else feel the need, now that you can, because for the longest time it didn't work for a good portion of people, does anybody wish to rouse the blood for an evening of Blush of Life?
Yes. I am hungrier.
Lorenzo is going to need a feeding scene.
I think I'm.
Or Valentino, not Lorenzo.
I think I'd actually be able to get away without it.
Do you?
I mean, Many 7, fairly new.
Well, 7 makes it easier. But you still
Look a little bit
have trouble. But we can definitely...
Yeah.
You look.
I know 5 is where you're not going to be able to get away with it very easy at all.
Yeah. Figured you might as well check, right?
Yeah.
I'm acting as if this is a whole new thing. Okay, you're a 7?
Yep.
Okay. You must make a rouse check to use Blush of Life. You cannot have sexual intercourse per se, but you can fake it by winning a dexterity plus charisma test. If you wish, difficulty equal to your partner's composure plus wits. or wits. And unless using Blush of Life, food and drink makes you vomit, make a composure plus stamina test to see if you can get outside or to a bathroom first. So you still do have to. It's just
Easier.
yeah.
Yeah, but the later ones say that you start taking penalties for interacting with humans unless
True.
you've got Blush of Life up.
True. You just look a little pale.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
So,
What do you do when you wake up and you hear this news about the medical facility and this whole situation with the Camarilla is changing?
Pretty much immediately more drawn to this hospital news, medical center news.
Mhm.
Send a text to my sire that just says, "Da fuck."
You get a text back almost immediately that says the fuck indeed. He's always been very loose talker with you.
Matches, gasoline.
Concrete. Doesn't burn as easy.
More gasoline.
We'll see if it's just a coincidence. However, I'm not happy about where the building is built. It's right on the old estate.
I'm gonna go for a walk. See what I see.
Keep me informed.
I will.
What does Dan of the Dead do when they wake?
Check any other messages. See if there's anything from Peter.
Okay.
Probably gonna see about. I don't know whose contact info I might have.
Your sire,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
You're not considered released,
Yeah.
but he is a rather free-spirited sire. He does want you to explore and do your own thing, but you are expected, if you get into any trouble, to please contact him. Being a person who checks out the creepy side
Yeah.
of history in the city, I would like you to do an intelligence plus academics check for me.
Intelligence plus academics. I do not get my bonus on this one. 3.
3 successes. The name on the medical facility sounds very familiar. You've seen it in a few of your sessions of research for your haunted history stuff, for your breaking and entering ventures. And one of the things that pops out in your mind the most is that name being in that location. Before the Olympic City was built, that was a bit of a tourist trap for people who like negative history. That was a burn site from over 100 years ago, where an illegal slave plantation was held, and it was under the name McCarthy.
Okay. I'm going to text then probably both Pete and my sire, basically going, to Pete, it's like, hey, have you heard anything about this new hospital place being built? Kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit. It's all over the news.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
Pete is receptive. Pete will talk to you. But since you've broke the news,
Yeah.
he does tend to be avoidant. He likes to meet in public places.
Yep.
And he hired an intern to help with cameras. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Since he was sick, he's just having a hard time holding it up. So an intern was needed.
We'll worry about that later.
Don't worry, you won't say anything.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if it's a connection to the plantation family.
I mean, that could be a thing. There's a lot of old families in Portland.
Yeah, kind of odd.
Want me to look into it?
Sure, it might be worth at least a blurb.
Okay, I'll see what I can find on this McCarthy guy.
Awesome. Then texting to the sire, question is, McCarthy, phlebotomy center. Is this one of ours?
Real quick.
Okay.
When you contact your sire, he's given you a number to a pager.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
You can, it's a nice pager. You can get one sentence if you want to type something out, but that's all. And it does have to be coded. He insists. Mm-hmm. He's very paranoid about technology.
Understandably. Just trying to think how to properly phrase it.
I mean, you can just tell him to call you or to meet with you or something.
I think actually the text would be, is McCarthy one of ours?
After a few minutes, you get a message back that says inquiries needed.
Talk? Question mark. 'Cause I'm not quite sure what he means, so.
He sends you an address.
Alright, that's where I'm headed then.
Okay. The address is... Where would your haven be exactly?
Oh gosh. It's an apartment and not too. It's probably closer to the student end of town.
Okay.
Just because it tends to be a little bit cheaper out that way.
Okay. So by the university.
Yeah, closer towards the university, which is there.
Strangely enough, the address that he sends you to is a local community cafe.
Okay, so not too far off.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm in there.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to get there. Literally, maybe a 5-minute walk or so if you're walking. As you approach the cafe, the payphone next to it rings.
Hello?
Danny.
Hi, yes.
Yes. About your inquiry, we are going to have to find out. I don't know. I'm not from here originally. Your best bet would be to contact Whistler or one of his.
Okay. How do I get a hold of it?
He does own a shop within New Orleans district. It's obvious, really. It's just called the Top Hat.
The top hat. Excellent. I'll start looking into it then.
Yes.
Thank you. If there's nothing else, she'll head out and start heading down towards the New Orleans district.
How do you travel?
I have a car.
You have a car? Okay. All right. And it is currently Friday night, June 10th, at the New Orleans district. So when you get there, there's going to be a mock Mardi Gras party happening.
Oh gosh.
It's very difficult.
I should have taken the train.
It's very difficult to find a parking space in this area. In fact, it's very much, at least in my imagination, like Ybor City is, where it has large iron gates which are decorated with Christmas lights all over them, which are sealed, so you cannot drive. They are set so that you can walk around them easily. There's a mock jazz funeral happening down there, so it is going to take you some time.
Okay.
What about Valentino?
Pretty much after hearing the news on the radio, first thing he does, he would actually text Michael to meet him at his office.
Okay.
It's mainly code for under the funeral home.
Understood.
As he starts working on his final body to be
Are you embalming? Or...
yeah, pretty much is I'm taking out the organs,
Okay.
and I'm actually going to take a spleen, chunk of the spleen, and put it into the blender.
Okay. Michael is a broad-shouldered young man.
Mm-hmm.
He's handsome. He's well groomed. He's very much the mortician.
Mm-hmm.
Funeral home director. He at this point in time, Friday night, has sent the rest of his your workers home.
Mm-hmm.
He always acts like they're his, but he has already sent them home. As he comes down the stairs and sees you working at the slab, he has this disappointed child at Christmas look on his face, and he goes, "Oh, you started without me."
Oh, you want some?
Well, I was hoping to. Never mind. What did you want to talk to me about?
Yes. There's this new research place that I've just been hearing on the radio lately. Would the name actually sound familiar to me?
Would the name McCarthy sound familiar to you? How
Established here in like I want to say late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s. How active in the Kindred world would you have been when you first showed up? Would you have gone to introduce yourself in Elysium's? Would you...
Pretty much.
Giovanni don't have to.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he would have presented himself, but unless he was needed or requested an audience to be talked to by the prince or somebody else, he wouldn't have gone.
All right, do me a favor then. May I see your sheet? Mm-hmm. Cool. I actually just need to look at things. I would like you to roll me a charisma plus... Do you have leadership or performance?
I do have leadership.
Okay, then charisma plus leadership. That would have gotten his attention.
One success.
One success. I think you would have heard the name McCarthy in passing. Alexander McCarthy, to be specific. Alexander McCarthy was, at the time of your arrival in town, the Toreador Primogen. He's not anymore. He has not been for a long time. Given city and rumors and all that, I think you would have probably stopped hearing about his exploits around 2012 or so. Mm-hmm. It's pretty well accepted that he most likely, just like a lot of other kindred in the city around that time, were beckoned. Mm-hmm. They were taken east. So you haven't really heard anything, mm-hmm. but the name kind of sounds familiar.
How long has Michael been in the city?
Michael?
Yes.
Michael's been here for a long time. His uncle Sal owns a used car lot in Fulton.
Okay.
And he's done a lot of work, but his uncle's pulled a lot of strings to get him into a fine mortuary school. And...
Okay. So yeah, this new research center that I've been hearing about in the radio, named MacArthur. They used to be the last Toreador Primogen's last name.
Okay.
Can you dig up some dirt for me in this place?
You want me to dig up dirt on Camarilla? Am I going to get killed for this? That's all I want to know.
I just need some information on the place, that's all.
On the building?
Yes.
I will do my best. If it's new, they've broken ground already?
Just basic information.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
Mm.
Was there anything else?
Nothing else. He literally unplugged the vase. He's like, "You want some?"
Thank you.
And he literally started jugging it down.
Already ate.
I actually have sushi up in the fridge, thank you. And he will turn and walk out. He's obviously very good at his job. Mm-hmm. He enjoys his job. He likes to take pieces out. He's happy to prep your lunches for you. He does not like watching you consume. He's still human.
And how much hunger would actually sleep?
Pre-dead. What exactly are you going for? Are you taking out the heart? Are you taking spleen, specifically the spleen? You're probably able to slake one off of the spleen itself.
Question, because I kind of noticed this during character creation. Doesn't dead bodies count as bag blood?
Yes and no.
Okay, because he's 3 dots of blood potency, which means they can't.
Yes, I understand that.
So.
But
I was just checking.
he has to have the organs. And the difference between drinking a spleen smoothie versus drinking bagged blood is the fact that bagged blood is typically separated.
Okay.
So he can get away with that, but he's still going to have issues with bagged blood itself.
Okay.
If he was trying to just feed off the corpse and not drink what's hidden in the organs, then he would have more of a problem.
Okay.
He'd be dealing with void blood at that point, and it doesn't really help much. It doesn't taste good either, but he's got more of a pate thing going on, and he can handle that
Cat
a little.
food over there.
But I do want to remind you, since that was brought up, that you will receive 0 resonance at all unless you drink the heart itself.
Yep.
And in which case, you may or may not get resonance from that. All right.
So you said 1 hunger? Or?
Yeah, that's going to take away 1 hunger if you're just doing the spleen. Bringing you down to 2. And we've got Lorenzo Pudinesca. So, you have recently been able to upgrade your life.
Yeah.
From what you had. You've done some pretty interesting things to get where you are. But I think that you've had at least a few months to solidify yourself. And what type of thing would Lorenzo... What kind of thing would Lorenzo do after coming into the money?
He probably would have upgraded his lifestyle, bigger house, maybe a more expensive car. I mean, of course, he also has his habits he's got to take care of too.
Okay.
And so he's got to make sure he's got a supply for that, so that he, when he's needs to feed, he's he's got to make sure that whoever he feeds from has what he needs.
Yeah.
I do make at least a weekly call to Sal to find out if there's any work he needs me to do.
Mm.
Just keeping up with the sire.
That's a good idea.
I mean, hell, when my character went to upgrade his car, he may even talk to his sire about that too. I mean,
well, his cars are crap.
Well,
the majority of his cars are crap, but he does have
for family. He probably
he does have very nice. He calls them tanks, but these are effectively battle-ready SUVs. Upon your embrace, however, Sal gave you something. Gave you a cell phone. It's rather simple. It's an old Razor.
Okay.
And it's never rang. He doesn't tend to bother you much, except he digs into you when you call him. But no one should ever call that number unless it's a family issue.
Yeah.
After you're dressed, after you're moving around, doing whatever you're going to do to get ready for the night, you get a very intense chirp that you've never heard before coming from that phone, with an interesting *7 area code.
I'll look at it. There's any name or
Unknown.
anything on it. Answering the phone.
It's Sal's highly sexually harassed secretary, Janet.
Hey, Janet, what do I owe the pleasure?
I have a request from Sal.
All right.
He wishes you to meet him at the lot at your nearest convenience.
All right.
I'd take your time. He sounds drunk.
Thanks for the warning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
She's
remembering this
noticeably
NPC
going
now.
to she is going to hear me notably sigh over the phone. All right.
Should I send a car for you, sir, or are you fine?
I'm fine. Thank you. I'll be over there as soon as possible.
All right. Thank you very much. Janet's always liked you. She's always treated you well. She has had a hard time over the last couple of months not offering you drinks when you show up. Like, she'll go to offer you and she'll go, oh, damn, stupid. Like, yeah, so...
Well, I mean, if she insists.
Yeah, but she's always offering you, like, sparkling water or Coke or something like that.
Yeah.
She's still getting used to this whole you're not breathing anymore thing. She seems to be in on it. Sal's not quiet.
Yeah, I kind of caught that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get dressed for the night and start heading over to his place.
Head over to Fulton.
Yeah.
Okay.
In one of the tanks, just in case, because I am going through Fulton.
Understood. Yeah, Fulton has been a rough area over the past year. Like, since this year started, it's been highly contested. But over the last
It was
couple...
absolutely full of Anarchs for a while there.
over the last month or so, it's actually calmed down quite a bit.
Is reasons why Gabriel set up shop in Fulton.
I'm just talking about when the entire Anarch community ended up concentrated in Fulton.
That too.
So hatty.
Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
What you doing?
I'm gonna walk at least a block until I find one of the shops that's probably actually doing business during this whole Mardi Gras thing.
Okay, what kind of shop?
I don't really care, just one of my neighbor people.
Okay.
And swing in and start telling them that I just need a real quick ride. Give you $10.
Okay. Well, you are a rather popular person in this area, and quick ride. They're happy to help you. In fact, if you want to go ahead and roll your charisma plus your politics, that will
I feel
help.
like you're screwing me and I don't even know how.
I'm not actually. It's an adequate test.
Opposite.
You happen to be very politically savvy in the area.
Always the red one, right?
Yes, you have one red, you have one hunger. Yes. That is a success, but
Whatever, it's a number.
yeah. So you got 3 successes. They're happy to give you a ride, but you are going to have to walk to the car
Yeah.
out of this area.
Yeah.
As for shops that are open, pretty much every shop is open. This is a big
Not
money
mine.
night. So
I'm getting shut down so I can check this out.
okay. So you're shutting down Black Hat Books.
Should only take like an hour.
Okay. All right. So
I can line up outside.
okay. So you're gonna shut down shop, ask for a ride, and where exactly are you going?
I literally want to see where they're going to break ground for this.
Okay,
build.
so you're-
like I'm going right back to the old plantation building, or not the building, but
like the grounds.
Site.
Okay. Very
just
cool.
kind of dig around and see what construction I just want to get a general survey.
Okay. Let's head back to Danny then, since you're going to be driving and stuff. You're actually not too far away. You're just south of the breaking. So it's actually probably was a little unnerving at first setting up shop there, but that is where your territory was. The Camarilla has agreed to stay out of that area, and any Anarchs who have decided to come into that area uninvited have quickly learned why you don't. So what's Daniela doing?
Head to Top Hat. So heading to the shop that was mentioned.
Oh, okay. That's the black hat.
Top Hat.
Top Hat. Sorry. Yeah. So you're heading to Top Hat. Sorry, I started thinking of Black Hat books.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Here comes the confusion of mixing
Yeah,
things.
my name's Hattie. We're just gonna have a ball.
Too many hats.
Okay, so you're heading there.
Yes.
All right, and you're heading there from like the college area ish. Okay, so you're going down Prescott, and you get to this area where traffic becomes a standstill. But within a half a mile, you start hearing the music.
Okay.
You actually start smelling the sickeningly sweet and savory foods that are just permeating the air. But it seems to be this huge party.
Street party.
Yeah, but this is it's a typical Friday night over at this place.
Okay.
So after you come to pretty much a stop, what are your plans on that? Are you just going to wait until you can get through? Because at this point, the gates are closed. You're not getting the car through there.
Yeah. I was looking for somewhere to park.
Okay. It's not that hard. There are plenty of parking areas. It's usually $5 to park for the night.
Okay. Yeah, because if they're only just breaking ground, there won't be much of any interest out there, more than likely.
Okay.
Question is, why is it named after this person is much more pertinent. So I'm following up on the lead I've got, which is go talk to Whistler or one of his.
Okay. Well, this is definitely, this is Hecata territory.
Yeah.
This is feeding grounds. This is a safe place to be anyway.
Okay.
So, looking for a place to park.
Yep.
You can find a place. It's actually a little bit of a errand to try to find an empty spot.
Yeah.
But you're able to find one eventually. And getting there, you're fighting against the foot traffic at this point. But you have the sidewalk, you have the street.
Yeah.
The parade's calming down, but another one's probably going to start up relatively soon.
Okay. Yeah, proceed on foot, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Well, you get to Black Hat. It's a little bit of a fight to get through there, but
Top Hat.
Top Hat. You get to Top Hat, and it's this very interesting. It's a botanica.
Yep.
This is the kind of place where you can go and buy rose water. You can buy necromancy material here for the most part. Goat foot, petrified goat's foot, small iron cauldrons, horsehair brooms, things like that are here. When you walk in, there's a big, slightly larger than a standard human statue of a saint, Lazarus.
Okay.
Who is standing on a fountain that is just dry as a bone. There's no water in it whatsoever, but it is loaded with pocket change and dollars, and his outstretched hand is like, it looks like somebody paid him at that point. It's customary in this place to leave money to the saint before you leave.
Okay.
There's very obviously homemade shelves that line this place. Some of them are actually uncomfortable to try to get around. Loose nails hanging out here and there. And towards the back, it's actually kind of it's a comfort, but also a worrying moment when you notice that there's a iron decorative plate with a candle behind it that casts the shadows on the wall. And it is the three faces of the Hecata just brightly shined on the wall in shadow, surrounded by the glowing light from the candle. And the most unsuspecting of person working at this place is a not very athletic, kind of thin, white guy with glasses and dirty blonde hair behind the counter. Looks over. Hey, how can I help you?
Hey, looking for Whistler or somebody who works for him?
Oh, I work for him. Whistler's not in at the moment.
Okay.
You're Danny, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Or, I'm sorry, Daniela?
Danielle or Dan.
Dan? Okay. Well, Dan, I'm Pete. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what's up? And if it is anything important, I know who you are. I am in the know.
Okay. New hospital place being
He'll
built.
actually like blink and his eyes will go jet black, and then he blinks back around. So,
All right. The new hospital being built. Phlebotomy stuff.
the research center.
Research center, yes.
I was going to bait new hospital. I can
Yeah.
go back to work. Goddamn Simone. Anyway,
You know, the new blood research center.
Mhm.
The name attached to that.
McCarthy.
McCarthy, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that through other channels, but is that one of ours?
Well, if it's the guy that I think it is, yes.
Okay.
He looks personally offended.
Okay. So this whole project is,
Probably Kindred orchestrated.
yeah.
Probably. Phlebotomy center.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you gotta check whether it's actually us being obvious or somebody goading.
Whistler is checking.
Okay.
Whistler wants to get in on this, and I want to get in on this, if at all possible. It seems that everybody from around these parts has a reason to want to smack that guy around.
So it's not the family, it's the actual guy.
Alexander McCarthy.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I see why a lot of people want to smack him around.
Yeah.
So he's been in Portland this whole time.
I have no idea. I really don't. Look, I know of him from a couple different things from before I was brought in.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Okay. Well, yeah, I really don't have any details on. I really wish I did, because if I have some suspicions about the guy, but from what I can tell, we're looking at some kindred.
Okay.
That's really all I got for you. But yeah. But if you kill him, I mean, let me know. I'll buy you a coffee or something.
I would take you up on that, but yeah. So it's probably our side of the world doing stuff, but not any of our group.
Oh, like Hecata?
Yeah,
No, I
or
seriously
anybody.
doubt it. There's a awkward scraping sound for a second, and then the sound of something shattering. Pottery, something. Not glass, more substantial than glass. And he puts his hand in his head, or puts his head in his hands, and looks over and goes, "Benny, sweep, stop breaking stuff." And then you just hear a slight moan, and then a shifting, and then a rhythmic
Around the corner.
I swear he's useless. Anyway.
Okay, so where would I go to get some more information on what's going on?
I
out
mean,
there?
you could check the ground itself. I know Whistler was freaking out because it's an old slave plantation. Like his old slave plantation, like where he was kept.
Oh. Okay, yeah. You reckon they may have dug something interesting up?
I don't know. I know that he's always...
They may have dug something
He
interesting
likes
up.
to talk. You get him drinking and he talks, okay? And apparently this guy had something that belongs to him and he's been looking for it for like pushing 2 centuries or something like that now. So...
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe while they're digging, they might find it, because apparently the house got burned to the ground.
Considering how unpopular this guy was, that does not surprise me.
Yeah, well, among us, he was popular with everybody else.
Fair. Well, sounds like a trip out that way. Sounds,
Have fun.
I'll keep you in the loop.
That would be great, actually. And he'll, anyway, pulls out a card, it's bent up, hands it to you. It says Pete Potter, and it actually has Executive Coroner, Portland, Oregon on it. My office burnt down a few months ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember the whole hospital
Yeah.
fire. So, temporary job. They didn't stick you to a new...
Oh, no. Whistler asked me to do something, and I just do it. That's that.
Fair enough.
I happened to be coming in to buy something, and he said, I gotta go watch the store.
Ah! That makes everything make a little more sense.
You have no idea how many white boy and then door slams that I've gotten tonight.
Yeah, no, I can believe it.
Yeah.
It's not normally our scene. Alright, well. Grabs a business card off the table, scribbles down her phone number. I go, if you find anything interesting, that's my my number.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So, see you around.
Yep.
And she's gonna fight the crowds to get back to her car.
So let's head on back over to Valentino. How is Valentino handling this now? You're fed.
So Michael actually came back, or
No, not yet. He's working. He's up at his computer, looking around at stuff, trying to dig in for information.
alright.
There's not really much online yet. In fact, there's not really much online at all about this place.
Alrighty. I pretty much write on the clipboard like the bodies that need to be pretty much fully cremated and the ones that need to be embalmed,
Okay.
and just leave it on in the desk for him.
Okay. As you're walking away, he will go, are these actually going through the process, or are they going into your... yeah.
I point to the ones that are actually going through the process, and there's only one that needs to be put downstairs.
Okay, cool. Thank you. We need to, like, I don't know, capitalize the ones that are actually going to be used. Lowercase the ones that aren't going to be cremated.
Stick an asterisk in there somewhere.
Yeah, something. Anyway.
Sorry. I know it's normally your job to be the random voice.
Random ghost.
Thank you. But yeah, like, I don't know, little checkbox. Checkbox, cremation. X means they're not. Check
If
mark
you want to
means it
sign a
is.
brand new sheet for this with a little bit of
Yeah, I'll run down to Kinko's.
Okay.
I have something I need printed out anyway.
If you want to entertain yourself doing that, go right ahead.
That would make things a lot more efficient and a lot easier for me.
Once again, go right ahead.
Thank you very much. He actually starts digging through his desk. He's like, this one, this one, this one. He gets out a yellow highlighter and starts putting X's on things.
You have fun. I'm gonna take.
He really likes his job.
I'm gonna go out for a ride.
Okay.
If our cousins show up, their shipment's downstairs.
Okay. Cool. Do you want me to just take that when I go? You're talking about the
blood supply. Yeah.
the blood supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just take that when I go.
If you want to, if you
Yeah.
don't get caught. That's
I don't want to pay Sonny. I don't like giving Sonny money. He always gives me this weird look.
It's a family thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's the creepy part.
Man, we can literally not like each other. We can fucking hate each other, but we're still fucking family.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
That's the worst part. We're still family.
Enough.
Oh my god.
Stop
Blue
it, dog.
Pines are fighting again.
Jeez.
She likes to terrorize her little sister.
Alright, so after speaking with Michael, what is this?
I put on my jacket and start on my motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Before heading out, though, I would actually grab. I don't know. Shit, I'm actually. I will use. I'll try to use. Before heading out, I will use one of my ceremonies actually.
Okay.
Which was gonna be awaken the homuncular servant
Okay.
and make a hand to be a spider man. It's gonna be actually not a hand. Something small that I can actually put in and I can actually just crawl away if it needs to.
Okay.
What do you recommend for
A
the?
penis snake.
Oh my god.
Well, we were all thinking.
We were just talking about penis with an eyeball on it. Like, what are we talking?
Why does it have to have an eyeball, you freak?
You have 2 eyeballs on it.
Yeah, I see. That's more.
That's better.
I mean, it could be a rat.
You can make them out of anything.
Yeah, it could be any animal.
You can make them out of teeth.
Now, given what you can do and how much time it would take to do this, we can say that you already have one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. We can say that you already have one, because it is one of those things where they just last until somebody destroys it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you have if you had...
mouse, just like a really tiny mouse.
Okay. So you just reanimated a mouse
Yeah.
as your homuncular servant?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
In lieu of a penis snake? Really?
If you
That
want
is
me
the
to-
sound of a penis snake.
Oh my
If you
That
want
was
me to
my-
make you a penis snake when you drop by, I will make you
Oh
a
my
penis.
God.
That was my elderly dog sneezing if that actually caught
Sure.
him.
I thought it was a balloon deflating.
No,
There it goes again.
that's Scott. That's Scotty sneezing. All right. So you have a mouse homuncular servant. Okay. What are you? Where are you in your? Where are you and Stuart Little going?
We're gonna go to the.
You're going straight to the grounds, aren't you? Are you?
I mean, I'm just gonna drive towards like New Orleans area.
Oh, okay. What are you doing there? Out of curiosity.
Just trying to. Don't run out. Actually, know Whistler from.
You may
Maybe
have.
a cat ahead.
You may have been introduced to him, but like you may not have.
I would pretty much if I would just go to a shop and grab.
He's polite to you, which is refreshing from most of the Giovanni that you've dealt with in the past.
I would actually just go and try to get some ingredients that I need, pretty much.
Okay, so you're heading over to the top hat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would actually like to grab some ingredients.
All right. It's a lot easier for you to get places on the motorcycle than the car.
Roman, do you need to go outside?
All right. So, what about Lorenzo?
Like I said, I was heading out.
Heading over to Fulton. Okay. You're gonna reach Fulton probably around 9:30 or so. Janet's there, as always. You walk in. She mentally face palms. Like, she doesn't do it, but like you can tell what she's thinking as she like grabs the Coke and puts it back in the mini fridge by her desk.
I'll smile at her and wave.
She blushes, waves back. She mouths, "Fat asses in his office."
Thank you.
She'll stand. She's wearing an enticing outfit. She is the epitome of what Sal would say. If she didn't like it, she wouldn't dress that way. She has big hair. She has a short skirt. She's literally wearing a leopard print top. She is your classic.
She's walked right out of the 80s.
Oh my god.
She's your classic mafioso housewife.
I was just seeing.
Hoop earrings, bangles.
Sorry, I've been watching Married with Children at home, and
She's very Peggy Bundy, except for the
taking
fact that
Peggy
she's
Bundy.
wearing a skirt and not stretch pants. And she's not a redhead.
Yeah,
But
close enough.
yeah, she stands up, which looks like a labor of love to be able to do in that outfit without revealing anything. So she opens the door for you, and there he is in that ugly ass velour tracksuit that he's always wearing, smoking
Biff.
a disgusting smelling cigar that smells like he dug it out of the trash. The only light in this room is the sickly blue glow from his monitor on his desk and a glint catching that ruby that he wears on that nub where the finger was that they cut off.
Mental note for myself: buy the man some good cigars.
He seems to like these. But he's there, hair slicked back, thinks he's looking the shit. Sunglasses, leaning back in his chair. You do not know how that chair has not broken. There might be wraiths holding him up. Lorenzo.
How you doing?
How you do?
You would not believe what's going on right now. Remember that body? That's how you start a conversation.
Which body?
Jeanette, go away. Or Janet, whatever. Go away. She rolls her eyes. You hear her whisper, Q, under her breath as she shuts the door. And he just stares at her butt as she's turning around and walking out. Anyway, remember that body they found in the motel a few months ago?
Oh no! I'm driving.
They find a lot of bodies around here.
All right, let me be a little bit more specific.
The one that
You know the Camarilla prince? You know when they found the body of his childer, torpid, inside that motel room a few months ago?
Out of character, I must have missed that night.
You need to check the recaps then, because that happened.
All right. Yeah, I heard something about it.
Angelica, whatever. So, I just got off the phone. This is not why I called you in. But it's why you're here. Anyway, I just got off the phone with Scott. You ever meet him? That ginger fuck? Scott?
No.
No, he's one of the cannibals. Anyway, that Dunstern prick. He still has her. And she's still up and moving around. And she's still staked.
All right.
It's been months. There's a ghost riding her.
Really?
There's a wraith wearing her flesh suit right now.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, if everything in Chicago goes the way that everybody's hoping it's going to go, the prince is leaving. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to take his daughter. And the fact that she still has a stake in her might get noticed.
Oh, shit.
We're in a little bit of a trouble. He's laughing and coughing.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to do about this because this isn't our fault.
Should leave it at that.
Just find her and bind the wraith to a feather, or can we just rip it out of the body?
Okay, so remove the wraith. So we just give him the limp, torpid body of his child,
Yeah.
who, some Frico Zamitzi flesh crafted a splinter into her heart.
Yeah, huh?
No, it was the older guy.
Still is a meatsy.
No, she.
They both
wanted
did.
to-
I'm sorry, I remember this. I was playing Deacon at the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deacon's partially responsible for that.
Yep.
No, it was because
And then he put
of
it back.
me twisting her hair around.
And she was staked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a splinter. With
Yep.
a splinter too.
They
Yep.
opened her up and they put a
the
splinter
splinter
in
well?
her heart.
Yep.
Yes.
I thought it was only the guy.
No,
Nope.
just
No.
put a splinter in and then resealed her.
I know the guy got freaking eaten by Don.
Yeah, Don ate Marco.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
So,
I created so many shit.
I'm not sure how to handle this. You're a smart kid. This is your problem now. What I'm telling you is that before...
Get rid of the body.
Before Billy Smith leaves Portland, you need to find a way to unkebab his child and get that ghost out. This, my child, I give to you on this wonderful day.
I'm being punished for shit other characters. My own characters did.
Yes.
As it should be.
Even in death, I'm unfucking done.
Now, why I actually called you.
Oh, there's more. Good.
I didn't.
Dang it, Damien.
Serious, I was 100% honest. I just got off the phone with that prick. So, we've been hired.
What kind of job?
Escort, bodyguard. A lot of money. A lot of money.
All right.
I need you to head down in one of the finer cars. What are you packing today?
Just open up my vest. There's the Colts and the present I got from my embrace.
You still got that thing? You sentimental sack of shit. Alright,
Oh,
that...
the Glocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you something a little nicer. This is not something you flash around. This is something that you use when you need to use it. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Okay. He walks over to a one of those metal, cheap, double door closets that are in every elementary school classroom. The things that they hide the contraband and stuff. And
This is where we hide the glue so the children don't eat it.
exactly. And he pulls out a gym bag. And he hands it over to you. It's heavy. It's a very heavy object inside of it. He's like, look, you do not have much ammo for this. But go sparing. Try not to use it. Because this will garner attention.
He's Sasha.
Ghost cannon.
Anyway. He also walks over to his walls. Grabs a key and keychain. And it's actually got a very interesting system. His keys, all of the keychains are a little license plate. With the license plate number of the car that it belongs to. Chucks the keys at you. I need you to go over to the Benson Hotel.
All right.
Go to the bar and wait for somebody to approach you.
Do we got a client name?
I do. Alistair McCarthy.
Oh no.
Okay.
Pick him up. You're his bitch. You are a very well paid bitch. But you're his bitch.
As long as I'm getting paid, that's all I care
That's
about.
exactly how it works. Nothing is to happen to that man.
Understood.
It's a very long-standing client.
All right. Anything else I need to know?
That is it. Get the prince's child safely intact back to the prince as you can. but keep in mind that if the Anarchs do what the Anarchs say they're going to do, which I seriously fucking doubt it, that's your time limit, most likely. And then McCarthy. Hopefully he's not going to hold you too long, but you are going to be well compensated.
How the fuck?
I don't know. You might have to find a flesh crafter or something to do this.
Is there any Zamisi in this area?
There's that creepy one on the mountain, but that's all I know about. I don't ever want to meet him, because he scares the shit out of me.
If he scares the shit out of you, I'm going...
You could just cut her open and try to get it out, but bad things could happen.
Yeah, I don't know the human body that well. You know, we do have members of our family that do know the human body that well.
I'm sure you could find an anatomy specialist who might be able to help you out.
I'll keep thinking on that. Alright. I'll check in with you at the end of the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab the bag. Take a look at the keys. Is there a make or model number on the...
It's one of the black SUVs.
Okay.
Bulletproof windows. Armored.
Similar to one of the tanks that he sells to the family, then?
Yes. It looks like a standard SUV, but like when you open a door, it sounds like an old 1970s muscle car. It goes like yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a hefty one. Now, we're not talking the kind of car where the headlights flip open and machine guns come out or anything like that.
No.
It's just a heavily armored car.
Alright.
Pretty sure Tinia crashed.
Going...
Yep.
Before...
Yes, I did.
Well, before I get in the car, I'm going to drop the bag off in the trunk, and I'm going to go ahead and peek inside the bag.
Okay.
Because I didn't look at
It hits the ground. It hits the floor of the car and clunks. You open it up, and there is one hefty dragon's breath gun in there with 6 rounds.
Oh, shit.
One in the chamber. Don't throw it.
Right. So if I absolutely need something dead...
When you absolutely, positively got to kill every motherfucker in the room.
Right. Alright, well, I guess I know where I'm going next. Just straight over to the hotel.
Straight over to the hotel?
Yep.
Cool.
And once I get there, I'll just hang out at the bar until...
Good to know. Hattie.
Hi.
Hi. Now, you were heading to the dig
old
site.
plantation, yeah.
When you get there, there is a shell
A
of
shell?
a building.
Okay.
It's bare concrete. They haven't put any of the decorative anythings in. There's no glass put in as of yet. But there is a good amount of light all over the place. Work lights. People are busting their backs on this. There are people who are working. There's a sign outside that says McCarthy Blood Center. There's also a small sign underneath it that says future location of temporary Portland General Site. Until they can actually get the hospital rebuilt after the Sabbat attack a few months ago. Because that's working, but it's very slow going. It's actually strange how slow going it is. They seem to be having a hard time getting that going. But with this one, you see construction workers all over the place. You see a very nice management trailer off to the side. And it's really weird to be back here.
Since the unseen.
You see it. You see the plantation when you sense the unseen.
So it's here in the other side.
Peeking out of the building that's being built, you can see the slave quarters. You can see some back and forth movement of shades, possibly family, At least people you knew. The smoke is still coming from the house. It flashes back and forth, being complete and just being cinder. It's like the spirit world can't make up its mind what was the more traumatic event, it standing or it burning down. But there's also a really weird barbed wire fence around it on that side. It's a sickly bluish gray color. And you could swear as the wind passes through the chain link, you can hear it moaning.
Oh, that's sick. Presuming I would understand how that would be created.
You understand that anything that is specifically manufactured in the Shadowlands is made out of wraiths
Right.
themselves. Someone had taken the wraiths and turned them into this fence, and it had to have been a lot of wraiths.
More importantly, it had to be someone with a basic concept of how that power worked.
There was definitely a
In
pro.
league with McCarthy's.
There's definitely a pro Moliator at work here.
That's disconcerting at best.
For those of you who do not know, wraiths have powers called Arcanoi that work very much like disciplines. The Arcanoi that resembles Vicissitude is called Moliate. This is how things are built in the Shadowlands. Everything's built out of the residents of the Shadowlands. It's a fresh fence. It's new.
I doubt that the item we're interested in is going to be here at this juncture. Well, how finished does the flooring look? Like, does it look like there's more to go?
It's really
or-
hard to see. You'd have to get in for a closer look if you're trying to do that.
But it's lit enough for them to work?
Yes.
Okay, so just from where I'm at a comfortable, very far distance, heightened senses.
Okay. You don't see any digging aside from various portions of the area that might be where septic tanks are going to go, because this is going to be a big building. It's going to take several septic tanks.
Right.
You don't really see much digging other than that. Inside the building, that's the hard part. Since the unseen is an involuntary thing,
Yeah.
and being able to actually see into the building itself while you're also looking at the plantation that's inside where the building was is nearly impossible. You actually have to get in there. You'd have to go into the big house to see what's going on.
That's probably just not something I'm doing tonight.
I can understand that.
I think I'm going to take the information I have and just kind of text it to myself real quick in my own little, abbreviated, I'll understand it later kind of situation. That way I don't forget, there's this many septic tanks to the left, about where this stood, is this,
Yeah.
just whatever strikes me as interesting.
It's really weird to see a haunted construction
I
site.
don't,
Usually it's old buildings.
I don't particularly love this. So I will be heading back to my friend who's driving me and be like, cool, we can go back.
They're very confused on why you guys came out here.
Just get
Is that a question or a statement?
I mean, why?
Do I ever do anything that makes a whole lot of sense?
Oh, good point.
Okay. Take your $10, be happy. And then I will legit head back to the shop where I will convey as much of that to Whistler.
Okay, so you're heading back to...
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the shop.
Okay. Very cool.
His shop, not mine. I'll swing by his.
You're heading to the top hat,
Yeah,
not
I'll
the
swing
black
by
hat.
his and then I'll go home.
Yeah. How confusing is that?
All right.
You're heading to the top hat, not the black
hat.
hat. All right. As you are getting back and heading over towards the top hat, you get maybe about 3 or 4 yards away, and the door opens, and the little very interesting door chime goes off. What this thing is, it's very interesting. It doesn't actually fit much into your culture. It's a dragon's breath, and Whistler would have explained this to you. This is an old Celtic item. It's a miniature of the normal ones. It's about this big. It's a solid piece of iron that has been folded into triangles. And it has a single gong inside of it. And when the door opens, it releases this god-awful howling sound.
Cool.
Tells you it's an old druid tool. They used to use it to ward off aggressive spirits. But as you're walking up, you hear that familiar roar. It actually makes a couple people on the street jump. Some poor lady drops her hot dog. And this one is walking out as you're walking up.
I haven't seen an avatar for your character.
Looks. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, we
Got
can
it.
flash pictures at each other.
Definitely,
Tony's
that
already
helps.
on the.
Give me 1
Come on,
second.
quick draw.
I know, it's your
Who's
race. at this-
faster? Who's faster?
It's a race. Damn.
She's got it. She's got it.
She's ahead of me.
Oh.
Yeah, Ruby
Okay.
Rose.
Good
Batwoman.
choice.
Batwoman.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now, given that, how much online anything does your character do?
Modernist.
Modernist. Okay, go ahead.
Tries to keep as current as possible.
Give me a wits plus occult.
And I need a red one, right? Like with
Yes.
everything. That
Pretty
makes
much
me
everything,
so
except
nervous.
for and it should.
Always include it, and if you don't.
If you
it
don't
doesn't
need it,
count
I just
for
don't count
It
it.
just doesn't count as a red
Well,
one.
that's good.
Oh my god! Stop rolling that.
I can't. It's there.
It's still a 1. Well, take out the 2. There's 2 number dice. They don't need to be in there. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 successes. And what is your famo? You got like a 1, right?
I think so. Yep, fame of 1.
Okay. Given, I'm sure your interests,
My interest.
you're coming face to face with not really a celebrity, but somebody who you've seen online. This is Dan of the Dead. This person breaks into old abandoned buildings
places.
and reports on ghost sightings and stuff. She's a ghost hunter on YouTube.
I actually, at some point, probably would have started looking through those. Honestly, just to
Yeah.
be like, is any of this legit at all?
Yeah,
or is it all a-hole?
she's good. She's
Okay.
good. In fact, you can remember several months ago, the Hecata
talking
getting
about her?
really nervous about her getting into like specific areas where certain Hecata are calling their havens and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
You might remember her going on a rant when the creepy old cathedral burned down because of the freaking gas mains, because she hadn't done one on it yet, and now it's gone.
yeah, that one was hard. You just had a hard time gaining.
Kept trying to get into it
Is your
and
character
never.
like local?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There
Okay,
was a
so
lot
she's
of-
her own private ghost hunter.
Yeah.
She specializes in Portland ghosts.
That's funny.
There were a lot of political strings pulled to make sure she could not get into that church. Because that is a prime. That's like the Hecata temple
Got
Yeah,
it.
of
and
the
it
area,
was destroyed
and
with
it's
the
been
gas
burned
mains.
down. Yeah.
Got it.
So,
So I see her.
you see her
Coming out.
of the top hat.
What the shit?
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I'm,
That place isn't haunted.
I'm pretty sure it might be.
It's not. There's a lot of strings and bells and whistles. It's for the tourists. What are you doing here?
It's, talking. Actually, I was looking for the guy who
So
owns the
hard to
place.
talk. There's a brass band playing not more than 20 feet away from you.
I was actually looking for the guy who owns.
She'll walk back in.
Yeah.
Shop.
God
Right
awful
bastard.
sound happens again,
That thing is cool.
Yeah.
and yeah, you may have seen this guy a couple times, but behind the actually on towards the back of the store where that light is, there's a guy who is mumbling and sweeping up, like, just why have these things in a place that's so full of fragile things? And he's just sweeping, trying to get the broken ceramic cleaned up as as Bobby, or
Benny.
as Benny, is they don't feel anything. But he looks disappointed in himself. He looks ashamed.
dog.
He's just kind of like,
Sorry,
I'm
boss.
supposed to sweep, and now I'm not allowed to sweep. So what am I supposed to do? So he's just sitting there rocking back and forth in a corner. He's like, just go in the storeroom in a box somewhere. And he's like,
Second. And she'll walk to the back of the store.
yeah.
Take the broom by the handle. Shake it away from the little white boy. When I come to your house, if you have a cat or some shit, I'm not gonna fuck with it. And she'll hand it back.
You
to
treat them
Benny.
like pets?
Yeah, you treat them like pets. Benny, yeah, come on, baby.
He takes it, and he just starts sweeping right where he's standing.
There you go. And it's gonna take him 20 minutes to calm back down.
Within 2 seconds, something breaks. That looked expensive.
Yeah, that,
It's not really your problem.
he did get asked to watch the store, so.
I take you two have already talked to each other. Then.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
So you know him also.
Hattie, right?
I mean, yeah.
I've seen her around.
She in on everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
We are in a safe place.
Excellent.
Okay.
You know, I never think about it. I really don't.
Well, here, I
I
mean,
just, yeah.
I'm getting used to all this.
It's like
so.
sitting in
god
the-
awful sound happens. I'll be right back. And he goes over to the front counter and he's talking to some.
Nice.
He's really nice. The customers are rude as hell to him, but he's nice. He's nice to them, and he's selling some stuff.
Yeah.
Comments.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy. So,
Why are you here?
I was looking for Whistler.
He's not here.
I was just informed of that.
Benny, go lay down. Go on.
Yeah, no,
Did he call you, or you're just trying to find him?
no, I was trying to find him, or one of his, trying to get information about the new place being built.
The phlebotomy place? What do you want to know?
Basically, what's up with that? Because it's a bit on the nose.
Have you gone and looked?
I was just getting ready to when I bumped into you.
I mean, I can save you a trip. Looks like somebody pulled a whole lot of people apart to make one big fence around a property. It's pretty messy down there. And they're working.
Wait.
Right now. It's like almost 10 o'clock at night. Somebody wants it up right now and has a whole lot of security on, the other side.
On the other side.
Right.
Okay, cool. When you said pull people apart, I wasn't 100%
On the other
sure what you
side.
meant. On the other. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. Big fence all the way around. That's some work.
Are they trying to keep things in or out?
Probably both. Knowing McCarthy.
Okay.
What's your vested interest?
Curiosity.
Yeah, I hear you're pretty curious.
And, if there's something funky going on, it's probably a good idea to stay on
There's
top of
something
it.
funky going on.
Okay. Heard there might be something buried out there. Whistler's looking for something.
I was looking for something, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. Wait, you actually went and stomped around the grounds? I thought you said. it
I
was a
wouldn't say
fence.
stomped around. I would say observed it from the outside, took a few mental notes, made a couple of texts. I'm not going to walk in there.
You wanna?
Not really. If I wanted to, I would have done it already.
Because. There's no reason why we can't.
Oh, there's several reasons why you can't. One being the fence.
Fences.
Fences,
Easily circumvented, fences are.
I'm going to check in with Whistler before we go knocking on anybody's
Okay, well, I
fence.
heard he was out there. That's where I was going.
Then he probably already knows about the fence.
Okay, then maybe we should go talk to him.
Or we could just wait for him. Why don't I just send a text message?
Oh, he texts?
Yeah, he's not a chimpanzee.
There's a lot of people his age who don't text, so. No, seriously, like.
Fire off a text. that ghost hunter chick is hanging out at your shop, and we be talking about the fence. Where are you?
Oh, that's Crow's kid. Currently? You two are children.
Oh, no. Sure.
Currently?
What is it?
Wow.
No more memes for you.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
You don't get memes anymore.
You guys suck.
Vampires suck. Actual movie.
I would say that was a different movie.
Actual
Someone put a
movie.
tracker on your phone. Yes, currently.
That's Crow's kid. I'm currently at the Penny Dining Club.
Well, where are your place?
If you want to come here,
Gotta go up the street a bit.
do you know where it is?
I'm sure I can find it.
A little bit to the north in the Pearl District.
Pearl District. Pearl District. You know where that's at?
Yeah.
You get a car?
Yeah.
Cool. You got the shop?
I'm good.
It would help if you weren't so, I don't know, European.
Let's see. If you're about to say white, I'm gonna.
Whistler asked me to watch the place. I don't work here.
And he's
Nice
got a real
money.
job.
I'm a
once it's
freaking
not-
foreigner.
Well, then you should be much better with Benny. What the hell?
I don't.
Think about their
Benny's
feelings.
been driving him crazy all night, it seems.
I don't zombie. All right.
Name caller.
I mean, they are, though.
They
He's
are.
an assistant.
But he's a zombie assistant.
He's a paid assistant.
Yeah, but he's still a zombie. Like, it's not a bad
not
thing.
paid.
It's just
Thing,
that
or we're
he's
gonna
a
stand
zombie.
here and call my friend names.
Do you know when he was alive?
Pressing matters.
Yeah.
Pearl District.
Pearl District. I don't zombie either, so I don't. Yeah, I get
Stop
you.
screaming the Z word. You're making the customers all sketchy.
There's nobody else.
Isn't
in here.
it?
I thought you were arguing with some white boys. That's what you described to me. Or no, that
No,
you were
I
the
said-
white
He is
boy.
the
You
white
were-
boy.
you were
Yeah, I said
arguing
they
with
were
some
being rude to
customers.
him.
Okay.
No, he sold him some stuff and everything.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you guys are heading off to the Penny
We are
Dining
heading
Club.
off to the Pearl District.
She's driving.
Yep.
Where are you heading?
To the shop.
To the.
Oh, we might have another run in here.
Oi!
I told you I was going to grab it.
You know what? Forget it. Coincidences are fun. So as you're getting back to your car,
Many people screaming about zombies. No, sorry.
as you're getting back to your
That's normal
car,
for New Orleans.
there's like barely any parking places. You, however, are able to find one right next to her car. You just go ahead and say that you guys were able to park like right next to each other. So as you're getting off your bike, these two are walking up. And given the relationship between everything that's been going on, how long you've been around?
Like I said, early.
I'm not asking. With how long you've been around, you have seen Hattie. You would have had to at the dinner, for
Oh,
instance.
yeah, you two would have been at the dinner.
You guys would have been at the dinner.
And I pretty much come here to buy ingredients, so.
Well, I'm sure Hattie's been in the shop and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you actually do
Ceremony
see
to wear
another
ingredients.
Hecata that you're used to bumping into every now and then, parked in the spot right next to Daniela's.
She'll get right back out of the car. Hang on a second. I'm going to driving across this little ways.
Hey,
Hey,
señorita, ¿cómo está?
doing good. We're going to go check this thing out. You want to come?
Sure.
I'm sure the
I came
keys
to
in my
get some
hand.
ingredients, but sure, I can do whatever.
Yeah, shop will be open whenever.
Yeah. Okay, sure, whatever.
All right.
Okay,
My friend's
unknown person in a leather jacket
I'm
gets in
still
your
there
car.
with my keys in my
This is
hand.
literally what he's gonna be wearing.
Yep. I have a motorcycle jacket, so I know exactly
And
what it
literally,
looks
if
like.
you know Spanish, literally in
Oh, I
his-
can't read it. It's too small.
I'm literally going to translate because I'm Spanish. Literally what it says is Mayans MC. Under it's going to be Assassins of God in Spanish.
There.
My friend's coming.
Is Is he taking his own bike or is he getting in my car
He's getting
too?
in your car. Why would we waste valuable resources like that?
Like,
Fossil fuel. Get in the back.
Hold on. I whistle for the rat, just like to come to me pretty much.
It's a mouse, right?
Yeah, mouse.
he probably lives in your jacket.
I assumed it was in your pocket.
I pretty much just have him like crawling around, just keeping an eye around me.
Oh, okay. Sure. Then
That is a zombie. That's it.
I don't know, he looks like a biker to me.
No, his nipple appendage.
What?
his nipple
Never
appendage.
Never mind. You gotta focus on driving.
Did not
Just
see the
distracting
mouse because I was busy going like, who the heck is this? No.
And that's why you choose a mouse, because people don't see it.
Yeah, sure, hop in. I'm Dan, by the way. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Encantado, Valentina.
Valentino?
me. She's like a reporter.
Good kind or needs to be
She's
very
fine,
kind?
she's fine.
Is this dinner?
She's kind of like one of those reporters that started reporting on things that were real, and then they went, too close. Yeah. It's Crow's Kids.
So one of those guys.
Now,
What? You were famous. Everybody around here knows who you are.
Patty says it's Crow's kid. Crow's scary. Crow, you met him at the dinner. Crow's a harbinger.
Like I said, doing actual creation, I have to swallow my pride.
So, are we heading to the Pearl
Yeah,
District now?
yeah.
Cool. As you are traveling.
So,
Hold on.
are you part of all that? How do we know How do you know him?
We all cousins here.
Oh, you're a cousin. Okay.
We all cousins here.
Excellent. I am so confused. I've met more
Just you're
relatives
new, you're
tonight.
just a little paranoid.
No, I'm just very confused. Like I said, I've met more relatives tonight.
Now, in the center of town, you're sitting in the bar in the Benson Hotel. Correct?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the jacket.
There
Instead
are
of saying this is Portland.
Have I shown you my jacket?
there's two men who are they're keeping a distance from people with everything that's going on. You see, actually, you've done some dirty work around town, so there's a good chance you're going to actually know one of the guys. Give me let me see your sheet for a second. I want to make sure I give you a fair roll.
Yeah, maybe contacts. Since they're all contacts of 5.
Ooh, actually. Contacts of 5. I'm not making you roll.
It's
Contacts
like
of 5.
Count the lore sheet.
Okay, so there's a lot of politicians in the city. Okay? People who run Portland. And then there are the people who have the politicians in their pocket.
Okay.
The people that only the dirty people know about. You're a dirty person.
Dirty boy.
You see the person who owns the largest escort service in the city. This man is one of Sal's competitions for limo services. This man owns the Ecstasy Saloon. Or
No.
this man owns the XTC Lounge. You see Anthony Dracon having a conversation with this tall, thin, blonde, overly pompous person. They're both very expressive. They seem to be in a very in-depth conversation. It's kind of interesting to see this guy in this place. You didn't think this guy came anywhere that didn't have women covered in glitter.
This is an oddity.
It's an oddity. He's in a semi.
I mean, for all I know, he might have girls covered in glitter back in his car. I mean,
That's true. He could just keep them packed. Who knows?
it might be in his trunk.
He might need to go home and take a glitter shower when he gets out of this place. But it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see him out and about. You have heard rumors also that the massive fight that happened, the three-way fight between the Camarilla, the Anarchs, and the Sabbat that happened a couple months ago, happened at his place. So there's a good chance he might actually wrapped in this. He could be a ghoul. Who the hell knows? But, or he might have just been some unlucky schmuck who had his place rampaged by vampires. Who knows?
Either way, better his place than mine.
Can I am going to throw you something, though. I need a, give me a test, give me one of my tests. Give me a wits and awareness.
You don't tell me.
Give me a Tony check.
Okay.
Don't use numbered dice.
Yeah, I'm making sure. Include hunger?
Yep. Always. Unless it's will.
4 success or 3 successes.
3 successes. 3 successes. Oh, no, that counts as a 4th.
5.
4 successes. 4 successes. You're going to notice the blonde guy who's pretty well dressed. He's checking his cell phone and looking up at you. Checking back at his cell phone. And he stands up, buttons his jacket, and shakes Dracon's hand. And comes over to you. Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Cool. Shakes your hand. I'm Alistair McCarthy, and I believe you're my bitch.
As long as you need me.
That's right. That is what I like to hear. Alright.
Use a bitch.
So,
Well paid bitch, though.
did anybody tell you anything about this?
Told I'm your bodyguard for the night, and whatever you need, I go get.
Okay, we'll see if it's just the night. See how well you do. But yeah, you will be paid well. Sal owes me a favor, so that'll be a thing. I need to go check out the foundations that I'm having built up.
Oh, that medical place. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
So I need to get over there, and you're Hecata, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes sure there's no one around when he says it. All right. I got some workers over there that let's just say up close the people wouldn't be too happy with them. All right. So just a heads up.
Your business, not mine.
Exactly. I like how you Putinesca work. All right. So let us be off into the wild blue before I have to deal with Smith or Merrick. Okay?
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good. I'm going to escort him out to the car, open up the door for him.
Okay.
Once he's in, close the door, and driver's seat, and yeah.
Okay. He gives you the address on where you're going. And makes sure you type it into the GPS.
Oh, yeah.
And then puts up the divide. The moment he does not have to talk to you anymore is the moment he stops talking.
Yeah, whatever he does is anything. I don't care. All right. So, yeah, I'm heading directly over to
To the dig site.
the dig site.
Good. So I believe all 4 of us are heading over there, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, at this point in time, with all the back and forths, we're probably pushing real time at this. So it's getting close to 11. So we're going to go ahead and say that it's 10:51. Okay?
Okay.
And where I'd normally be. I don't know how everybody's feeling. It is getting close to 11 o'clock, which is typically where I like to call it. How is everybody feeling?
I'm good.
I have to work in the morning, so I'll make an excuse for Hattie to not be here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, just double check.
I'm pretty sure I have to work in the morning.
No, I just meant us continuing on without you. I'm trying to be, yeah.
No,
Okay.
everyone has to stop playing when I'll leave.
I'm on my third Dr. Pepper, so I'm pretty heavily caffeinated.
I'm going to grab my second. And there's coffee.
There is coffee.
And I started with the monster coffee,
All right.
so I'm like,
When you feel like you need to, just let me know and I will find a way to play you out.
Honestly, if that thing shows up, she's going to go right to clip the shadows and just send it
good.
the frick away.
Okay.
About that.
All right. So,
I'm not to kick any dogs.
I don't have an addiction. I don't have an addiction. I don't have an addiction.
this is a standard. This is a standard construction site. High fence, green fabric that covers the fence so that people can't like peer through and see what kind of equipment's there. It's a shell of a building. It's all the concrete shape, no glass, dirt everywhere, no landscaping done, several deep holes, a rather fancy trailer set to one side, the management office, a couple of generators, the sound of the generators bouncing off the concrete, so it's just kind of obnoxious here. And a good number of workers. They're not using the backhoes. They're not using the bulldozers or anything. It's all manual. There's shovels, hammers, sledgehammers, taking out walls that were like placed wrong and things like that. They're doing perfection work, but they're doing the sloppy perfection work.
Yeah.
But they're there. They're all wearing dark blue jumpsuits with name tags, hard hats, and goggles. It's
High vis.
yeah. They're all wearing work vests with light reflectors on them.
Since the unseen?
With Sense the Unseen, the fence that you were looking at is within another fence on the other side. Fence has this weird, eerie, bluish gray glow. It looks new compared to most of the other stuff that's around here. You can see small shacks towards the back end. And the funniest thing is that it looks like they're building this concrete structure around a beautiful plantation style home.
Someone forgot to turn off no clip.
However, the house is there and then the house is not. And the house is there and the house is not. When it's not there, it's billowing smoke and you can kind of see bluish flames.
See the fence?
Yeah. No, I see what you're talking about the fence. They don't normally flicker like that, houses, do they?
This is new for you.
This is
Yeah.
adorable.
For you, it's rare, but it's not unseen. This is what necromancers call a confliction zone. This is where so many weird, traumatic things have happened that the world cannot decide what was worse. And that's all the Shadowlands is. It's built up trauma. Sometimes with wraiths, they'll find a way to capture that trauma. And if you go into large cities, you'll find old wooden structures with new buildings built on top of them, as if they're one strange amalgam of a building. But this is more of a can't decide what it needs. It's raw Shadowlands. It's not occupied Shadowlands.
It's under construction.
It is. It's quite under construction.
I wouldn't say it's a normal. It happens. Like, you'll see that sort of thing if they try to build a house in Auschwitz.
Okay.
Better example. Hiroshima. Anything that gets built on top of Hiroshima is going to look like that for a minute.
Okay, I think I see what you mean.
It's an energy echoing of both the really terrible shit.
Can't
and the
figure
new
out
shit.
which is the more important
element to
Element,
solidify. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it takes. I really haven't personally seen as much as heard about this, but
I bet it has more to do with
it'll eventually decide.
That has more to do with who's strongest influence in the area, what they think of it.
Does Valentino have Sense the Unseen?
No.
No?
He doesn't care what they're talking about.
Okay.
He's just like petting the mouse right now.
Yeah.
Looking at the workers,
Yes.
do I see anything weird about them? Because out of character, I'm pretty sure what's going on there.
What are you doing? Like with Sense the Unseen?
Yeah, just start with Sense the Unseen. I gotta check.
When looking at the area with Sense the Unseen, you actually kind of just don't notice the workers at first. Like
Okay.
then they start looking like a ghostly reflection of themselves through the veil.
That's not normal for people, is it?
That's pretty normal for people, actually. When you're using Sense the Unseen, you tend to notice what's going on beyond the shroud more than anything. Did you have that the veil one?
Which?
The names to powers, I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I'm checking exactly how...
What gifts do you have? What
I
are you-
have Scry the Soul, which is Aspect, so I'm in the wrong book.
the regular ones.
I've actually got it pulled up on my phone. It was being
Okay.
too difficult to get the...
What necromancy do you have then?
I have lots of necromancy.
Yes, that's one. Where, do you have Wear the Shroud Thin?
No, I was thinking... so,
Okay.
that was what we were talking about before we started recording, that I
Yeah.
took
Did
Fatal
you take-
Precog and was...
No, because
Realize
I
it
didn't
made a
have
mistake?
requirements for rituals. Otherwise, I would actually have needed it
That's
for.
I said, I realized I kind of made a mistake taking Fatal Precog instead of...
No, that's. I don't think anything that you guys take is a mistake.
Come back here. Aspects, there we are. No, that's not Aspects.
Well, it was I would have actually had to pick it up because of
Level
Anarchs
2.
requires it.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Are you using Scry the Soul?
Yeah, I'm just... What the heck is going on here with this? Did they change the points? The numbers?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
If they changed where the powers go, because I'm just checking Scry the Soul, and it's saying in my copy, it's level 3.
I don't care. We bought it as a level 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna be fine with that.
Cool, sorry.
No, that's
I don't
okay.
know how we managed to make that mistake.
We were using my book.
Yeah, and I know your book
And
is
my
funky.
book, my book's a first printing, which means it's broken.
Yep.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to mess with your thing.
Okay, cool.
You're
it does
trying to
cost
do
rouse check,
intelligence
that's what I was
plus aspects will be arouse checks.
Yeah, that's what I was checking. I wasn't sure if it was an automatic power.
Yeah.
Especially if it was a level 2, but it is a rouse check. Yeah, you know what? Let's hit intelligence plus aspects. Yes. It'll probably be if scanning a crowd, roll versus a difficulty determined by the size of the crowd and external distractions. Well, I'm focusing on the workers as kind of just a general one. So, rouse check first.
Let me see what you get.
Pass that one.
Let me see what you get, and then I will decide if
Okay.
you're good enough there.
Cool. Yeah, I was just checking to see if I got hungry.
I do want to point out that the only thing left of the Olympic City, because this is where CERT had their base, is the residential area.
And the crater.
Oh,
And the crater.
yeah. Yeah, but the residential part of Olympic City is the only thing that's left.
D-Day, D-Day.
Okay.
So it's like small cottages and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So I need to set an int plus aspects. That is not a lot of anything.
What'd you get?
I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Better
Yeah.
than none.
I will let you succeed at a cost, if you wish.
Sure.
I will let you push forward and get an answer if you fail that rouse check.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. I'll take it.
Cool.
I'm now at 2 hunger.
All right.
Ooh, I felt that one.
So, what question do you have to ask?
Oh shoot, that's right. It's a question.
You want me to give them to you?
I've got them pulled up. Give me 1 second to get my phone
Just for
back on.
reference, if I need to reload.
I am disturbed. It closed, but please take that. Gwen just showed me that Dragon's Breath can be purchased at Walmart or Home Depot.
What? And
Dragon's
Lowe's.
Breath
And
rounds?
Lowe's.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
that doesn't surprise me.
That bothers me so much.
Unfortunately. Okay. I'm probably.
I know what I'm bringing to my next Hunter game.
So we'll be looking at. This might actually answer that question better. Whether the subject is under the influence of blood, sorcery, or other magic.
Okay, cool.
So it's either that one or what kind of supernatural are you? But that one is actually probably a better question to ask.
They're clean.
Not under any.
They're not under any influence at all as far as blood magic or sorcery or anything like that has to do with.
No magic.
And I will count necromancy under that as well.
Yeah, I figured it probably counted.
Yes.
That's
Let you know that I'm not getting you on a technicality.
Yeah.
Yes, necromancy counts, and no, they do not seem to be under it at all. Now, as you are watching, as you 3 are sitting there, some headlights of a large black SUV are going to come pulling up. The vision's going to go down.
Already gone.
The divider's going to go down.
Alright.
Please find out who that is and what they want.
Yes, sir.
The divider goes back up.
Alright. Pulling up behind him.
We're pulled off to the side, out of the way, so
Yeah.
we're not blocking the road.
I'm pulling up.
Pulling up behind him.
Oh crap!
What?
She ditched us.
Oh.
Are you pulling a Dawn? Are you gone into office
I
gate
mean, I
in
did
the
it,
car?
like, right
Did
in
you
front
just
of
say,
guys,
are you
so
pulling a dawn?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If I do it right
That
in
is
front of
dancing
you,
for
How
true.
can't
often
they?
she would go into office
You-
gate in the car?
Person.
You will recognize Valentino over there. Because Sal has sent you on a couple of runs to pick up blood from him. I thought you guys were heading to the Penny Dining Club.
She's driving. I don't know.
You
why
said we were headed here.
Okay. Sorry. I'm glad.
I'm fine.
This works out
I was
better.
planning on coming here.
Yeah. No, this works better.
Oh shit!
So you will recognize him.
Whatever you do, just follow my lead.
Knocking on the window. I'll knock on yours since I know you are.
Whatever you do, follow
I
my
mean,
lead.
technically, in your line of work, you see him sitting in the back. What kind of car do you drive?
Little hatchback, little cheap hatchback.
It's a piece of crap
It's
car.
not too different from my actual car.
It's a piece of crap car, but this is obviously his chauffeur. Given your line of work, you would probably assume that she's his chauffeur. And he's a piss-a-knob, so of course he's driving a crappy hatchback.
God damn it.
You must have got it from Uncle Sal.
Pie. Sal's never sold anything no.
Nothing
It
this
runs
bad,
and has storage space.
No, this
It's
probably
fine.
came from that. This probably came from that crappy chop shop down the road from Sal's place.
Not a chop shop.
The chop shop that is not a chop shop.
Yeah. The chop shop that's name is not a chop shop auto. Yeah, that one. Poor Gabriel. Anyway. For those of you who cannot see it, Valentino is rolling his window down manually. And I think I just peed.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
It runs and it has heat.
I guess that's important up north.
Yeah, it's very important in
That is
Portland.
true.
So,
What's the character's name?
oh, you just know this is a pissin'
No, I'm just asking his name.
Or
I forgot.
you just know this is a. Oh, you're asking him in character.
No, in like I totally
You
forgot.
probably
Lorenzo
wouldn't know his.
Putneski.
You just
Yeah, you just know he's a
Putneska.
Putneska.
Can I help you?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
I'm such a smart ass in character. I'd been like, yes, I will take
Is
3
something I can help you
cheeseburgers.
with?
Just driving by.
I'm kind of craning my head back around.
Hey, pay attention on the road.
We're parked.
Shut up.
Jeez.
I'm working security here tonight. I suggest you move on.
You heard him. Move on. Did I stutter? Move on.
You can walk if you're going to take
I am
have an
intimidating.
attitude.
That is a test. Go for it.
Okay, what am I rolling?
He's doing his he's doing his manipulation plus intimidation, and you are doing your composure plus resolve.
And is this for him?
And I'm gonna. I am fine.
What are you rolling?
Rouse the blood.
Oh, okay. If you lose, I'm gonna laugh a lot.
6 successes.
6 successes.
6 successes,
Okay, tie goes to defender.
which would be me.
So lose a willpower.
I got a crit.
Good job.
Same. That's the
Good job.
willpower.
Okay.
You say?
Yeah, you lose a willpower. For the
of
night.
my usable ones or of my usable ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel internally crushed that didn't work.
Excuse me for a second. You see this gentleman right here?
Yeah. Hi.
He will shoot you in the face if you're not moving.
I'm going to look at you and nod.
Okay. Like,
This guy looks like he was removed from The Godfather. Want to describe your character?
Do you still have the picture?
I don't personally.
Oh,
We looked him up. We didn't save it.
What did you pick?
oh gosh, I'm trying to remember now.
Oh, I know who it is. Let me pull that up.
What was the name?
Give me a second. I actually don't know his name. I just know what he's in, so I'm looking up his stuff. Bobby Cannavale. Sounds like a freaking...
he sounds like an extra from The Godfather.
Right?
I got him right here. Kind of like that picture of him in the... That... Dude, that's
That
perfect.
is perfect.
Yeah.
That is fucking
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the stepfather in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy to move. It's just no need for all this.
Well, they're having their little dialogue.
I'm just trying to save you from getting a bullet.
Shake my homuncular.
Jeez
off
Louise,
of
we're
me.
parked here watching the
To go
construction,
hang on
just
to
seeing
that.
And
what's
he's just
going on.
doing his job, and his job is to get us to move.
And I'm happy to
How
move.
big is
just
it?
stop
It's
being
size,
so
but it's more than
crabby.
just bone.
Okay.
I like to.
Sorry for any
I'm
inconvenience.
going to have to throw
I like to
words
stay
in
alive.
for
Thank
him.
you very
Guys
much.
going movements,
Yeah.
you know?
Is it normal for security guards to just shoot people
Besides, I
around
can
here?
make another one.
When they're ordered to, yes.
Really?
I need
Especially when he's
Lorenzo.
a cousin of ours.
Oh, you're a cousin.
I'm going to look at you and do an intimidation roll.
Oh God, here we go.
I really
moving,
appreciate
okay.
You are going to
it.
knock down your entire group's willpower. It's going to be hilarious.
I really appreciate it if you move, and I'm going to...
Like, so she is actually complying. She's,
Don't worry, just pick it up.
Just like in a scuffle, and it's
I got it.
killed.
she is actually complying. It's just she doesn't appreciate being pushed around.
Oh, shit.
Let me... let's work this out,
Ah!
and then we will go
How
over
many?
that real quick.
3.
Oh yeah, you got this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Critical success.
No, you need to have a second one.
Yeah, you have to have
That's
a second.
So 4, yeah.
Yeah, 4.
4, 3. You lose a willpower, and you're going to do what he says.
She was complying anyway.
I'm going to
It's just
gain
a-
1 hunger trait.
Okay, you gain a hunger. All right, now I am going to just
Your
because
failure.
just because of the just because of the way that we are handling all this with the recording and everything that's going on, I'm going to state out loud what's going on.
That's fine.
Even though there's no reason why anybody at the
Notice
table
anything.
is going to notice. Hattie, while in obfuscate in the back of the car, shakes loose her homuncular servant, which is a... Do you want to give a description of what this thing looks like for the people at home?
It's basically a scorpion made out of little mouse and rat bones that she would have collected from around the shop and such.
Okay.
That's
Anything in a
cool.
trap or
It's those
whatnot.
That's
Little
pretty
Halloween
cool.
decorations.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It is going
basically.
to...
But smaller.
It is going to make its way out of the car, across the ground. It's very small. It's just another bug. It's going to make its way under the SUV. It's going to latch on. The homuncular servant is now on the SUV. Okay. So,
Yeah, she had already turned the car back on before the intimidate went off the second time.
this is a little overkill, but it's also not that strange, truthfully, with everything that's going on. So are you just leaving?
Yeah, well, yeah, she's drawn into reverse and
Holy crap, Murph.
yeah,
It's doing reverse sound effects as we peel out.
Yeah.
apparently so. Yeah, and
You have an 85-pound dog doing a death rattle behind you.
yeah, she's gonna drive off a bit around the corner, basically out of line of sight of the SUV, and stop and go. The heck was that?
When I told you follow me, what
You didn't give me a lead. You just suddenly start being.
When I tell you to please move, fucking move!
I was in the process of it.
The Putanesca, they're not about fucked around with. They will shoot you without asking questions. Period.
Even though they're cousins?
Don't give a fuck.
Just find out what I did to my...
They don't
Wait
give
till you
a
hear
brass
my embrace.
ass about anybody. If they're paid to do something, they will do it.
Yeah. Apparently so.
Slip out of obfuscate from the back.
Oh,
seat.
you are here still.
Oh, yeah.
Especially that guy.
Okay. I'm meeting all kinds of family members.
He does have a reputation to being a high-up Putanesca. If he's being hired and not a lower member, there's something big happening.
So. If he's guarding the place,
That means
Does
he
that-
works for McCarthy. Which means somebody in our little group is an asshole. A giant asshole.
Accurate description?
Back to the hat?
You're the owner.
No.
or
Well,
the
their
penny
hats.
penny diner, isn't that
That's
where
right,
Whistler
that's
is?
where he was. Sorry, I got a
Yeah.
little frazzled. Let's do it.
Oh, we're going
Yeah.
to see the boss man? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this sounds like something he'd want to know about if he's
Agreed.
trying to get a hold of information. And now we've got people, cousins, involved
Yeah.
on the
Got it.
construction side of things, rather than the what the heck is going on side of things.
So,
Let's go figure
You
out
see
who's hired.
taillights.
Off we go.
they're leaving. As they're gone, the back window opens up. So, what was that all about?
Overly curious. They were under Hecata.
The Hecata.
Individual members. I don't think it's not the group as a whole. Just a few overly curious.
Mother Anya's in charge of the Hecata, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to arrange a meeting with her then.
One character.
What's going on?
Alright, pulling them as close into the site as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm. For those of you in the Hecata, it is common knowledge throughout the city that Anya Giovanni, or Mother Anya, is the head of the clan. Everybody believes that. Mm-hmm. She's the face of the clan. She sends many younger Giovanni to do her work. The Giovanni who are trying desperately to earn their place in the Hecata right now. Anya is not a Giovanni.
Cappadocious.
Anya is not a Cappadocian.
I said Cappadocious.
Oh, don't even get started. No, Anya is one of the childer of the Whistler.
Ah.
Anya is a Zemeti. And she is running things almost as a seneschal for her sire.
Okay.
He has been here for a very long time, and he is not going to allow some upstart Giovanni, specifically the Giovanni, to take anything like power. The Whistler has been incredibly kind to all of the younger families that the Giovanni were mean to forever. He treats you all with respect. He's very kind. And he has let everybody know that Anya is the one who is said to be in charge. In the construction site, you see a couple of dozen workers. You pull in, get out of the car, you're expected to follow him around.
Yeah.
He asks you, you got your cannon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is not a concealable item.
Oh, I know. I saw pictures of it.
Yes. This thing has a strap that has to go around your shoulder, and it is a pump action single shot gun.
Ghost cannon.
You do have to,
That's the fire one.
Jesus.
you do have to reload every shot you do.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The shots
Oh, you're a vampire.
are
You're
about
toasted.
this big. This is the side of a cartridge.
You can get them.
They
in
make them now in
shotgun
12
size.
gauge.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, this isn't a 12 gauge.
No.
This is big.
Yeah.
Then you start going up to bore at that
Yeah.
stage.
This is a very large item. The trigger is literally hold this, pump it.
130 yard range.
Almost like a cork gun.
Yep.
Almost
Pop
like
gun.
almost like an old cork gun that we would have when we were kids. The men who are working are diligently working. They're kind of sloppy. They're not doing detail work. They're doing the stuff that somebody's going to have to come through and fix later. They're clumsy. They're big, but they seem slightly weak for their size. Kind of seem Shambler-esque. But they're put together. They're a little pale. Their faces are kind of sunk in. There's a couple of them wandering around with their goggles crooked.
So they're doing the basic work, and someone will come back around and do the detailed work.
There's a guy with auburn hair. I need an intelligence plus awareness check.
Two.
2. Awesome. He looks vaguely familiar. But you've met so many people recently since your embrace that this guy could have just been somebody you passed while walking into a gas station. He and McCarthy shake hands, and while he's shaking hands, the man with the auburn hair kind of looks over at you side-eyed. Kind of gives you a look that you want to smack him for.
That's alright, I'll give him the same kind of look.
And him and McCarthy are going to walk over to that trailer. McCarthy turns around and goes, "No one bugs me."
I'm going to stand outside the door of the trailer, rifle ready, and just wait till needed.
Okay. Do you have any kind of aspects or anything?
No.
Good. So, at the Penny Dining Club. The Penny Dining Club is a place that you've probably heard about. You, as a new kindred, may have heard about it too.
Okay.
It's weird. This is a weird place. This is a money-only kindred dining establishment. No influences, no boons, no contacts, money only. Mm-hmm. It's run by a young Toreador. You might know that the Toreador in question, who owns this place, is the child of the current Primogen. There's a lot of controversy around this Primogen. This Primogen was supposed to find someone else to act as Harpy. This Primogen is acting as both Harpy and as Primogen right now. It's not against the rules, but with a city as big as Portland, you really don't want to be outstretched. She is using the power of both the Harpy and the Primogen to her advantage right now because the Camarilla doesn't know which way it's looking due to the fact that it's in pack-up mode.
Well, good for her. It's an enterprising thing to do.
This is a Camarilla establishment, but it is welcome to all kindred as long as politics stay out. You can think of this as a dine-in Elysium. You come in. I don't know if anybody here would have eaten at the Penny Dining Club as of yet.
Only if it's been suggested.
With my tastes,
Whistler doesn't trust. It's the can.
Then no.
Well, you walk into the establishment. There's ample parking. Probably because this is the Pearl District. The Pearl District is beautiful. It looks like all townhouses, but it's all a facade. The townhouses are actually connected to old warehouses that used to be shipping, packing, and people have turned them into luxury apartments.
Gentrification.
It's massively. The most famous place is a bar that's about half a block down the road that you can see the line to from where you are. You can see a neon sign of two martini glasses clinking together as they move back in place, and it's a place called Teeny's.
Jeez.
Other than
The
that,
Drunken Clan. It's just where
The Drunken Clan.
Sorry.
this is a rave club. Straight out rave club. This is going to be a place where you're going to find people who they have glow sticks and trendy plastic clothing and things like that at Teeny's. Now at the Penny Dining Club, you're walking into a completely different beast. It's small, it's quaint, it's pretty. The floors are incredibly high polished black and white tile, almost like a 50s diner. The tables are discreet and private with thick red velvet curtains that surround them. The windows to the whole place are open, and you can see how beautiful it is from the outside. The young boy, who's probably like 19, 20 years old, who acts as the greeter when you walk in, he's standing at a podium. He's handsome. He's got a smile on his face. There is someone outside, and this might be new to you, but for you two, it's most likely, given a Toreador establishment that this place is, it's most likely a ghoul with auspex who's checking to see if you're allowed to enter this place. He looks at you for a second as he's reading a newspaper. He's sitting on a bench outside. You could swear his eyes boil over red for a second. Nods, doesn't say anything, just goes back to his newspaper.
She approaches the podium.
Okay. Opening the door, there's a nice, sharp, musical bell. It's very nice. As if somebody was alerting that somebody was walking in, although
This is obnoxious.
there's already a guy at the podium.
Kind of nice.
He
Stop.
takes a quick look at the three of you. He picks up 3 menus and walks over and gestures some couches in a waiting area. Good evening. I'm John. Is there anything I can help you guys out with?
We're supposed to be meeting someone who's already here.
Really?
Well-dressed gentleman.
Well,
Top hat.
Whistler. Gotcha. At the word Whistler, this incredibly vulture out of the sky, but beautiful redhead swoops in. She wraps her arms lovingly around the young kid who's wearing a tux. She gives him a kiss on the cheek, leaving a red lipstick mark. And she goes, "You guys are here to see Whistler?"
David cringe.
We don't have working bathrooms for the guests. Are you okay?
No, that's David cringing.
Oh, okay.
Cringe. David cringe.
She walks over and
Sorry.
No, you can.
in order, Hattie, Valentino, then Dan. She goes to shake each of your hands and introduces herself as Anna Roma. That she's the, and she kind of gives herself a little jaunty wiggle as she says it. I'm the Toreador boss of the area.
And she will just sparkle and light up and be so pleased as punch. Follow her every little movement. Her eyes will twitch right back when Anna's eyes twitch.
There you go.
Okay.
That's a pretty good picture.
Given that, given the fact that you're playing back, the game is on.
Oh, the Toreador
Let's
game
do
is
it.
on. The flirting game is on.
Now, I need Hattie.
Yes.
So I want to take out the
It's fine.
I need Hattie to please roll a composure plus wits. And I'm going to
no
go
numbers.
no numbers, and your difficulty is going to be 4. 2. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and read you the system on this one, just so you know what's going on. The vampire
Yeah,
only
I get it,
needs to gain the
Masquerade
subject's
thingy.
attention and win a contest of charisma plus presence versus composure plus wits. The effects last roughly 1 hour plus 1 point of margin of the win. So this is going to last 3 hours.
What about unswayable mind? Does that factor in at all?
Ooh, it does. I believe you add that to your dice. So go ahead and roll 2 more die.
You want a red and a black or just 2 more black?
You had 2 successes?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 2 more die. Don't worry about hunger because you already rolled that. It does not matter. You're going to want to add your fortitude to any presence, dominate, even if somebody's just trying to manipulate you. Like not using powers. You can
Okay.
add it. The effect lasts for roughly 1 hour plus 1 point per margin on the win. The vampire can renew this effect indefinitely.
Oh, he's in Jumanji?
But a failure ends the effects and makes the subject immune for the rest of the night. So, in 3 hours, I could roll that test again, and if I win, it keeps going. If I lose, you're free for the night. I cannot roll any more of those tests.
Okay.
After succeeding, the user adds dice equal to their presence rating to any social dice against the enchanted subject. Requests resulting in
That's
obvious harm to the subject or their loved ones or that oppose the subject's tenants fail and require an immediate power contest roll as above, or the enchantment already fails. So basically, what happens is I get to add my presence to pretty much any test that I have against you socially. If I do anything that's against your touchstones, it's an automatic re-roll to see if you can snap out of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
But you love this person. She is the most delightful person to be around. In an hour, you might go, that bitch. Like, you might go, she did something to me.
We'll see.
But tomorrow night, if she does it to you again, you're going to be like, she never did anything to me.
It's like a very unhealthy relationship.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's why the
Okay.
Toreador are so freaking dangerous in this system. So you like her a lot. She's a very sweet person. So, what can we do for you?
Still meeting up with her.
Okay, well, he's in a meeting right now, I believe, with James Merrick and who was the other one? Oh, that's right, Billy Smith, our prince. I always forget that he exists. So you may have to wait for a little while. Can we get you anything to eat?
It's just a way to get appetizers sold. That's cute. Do you have a coffee menu?
A coffee menu?
I used to love coffee.
Well, she walks over and sits down in the most flirtatious way possible and offers you all a seat. It's a very interesting setup, this waiting area. There's the way that the front of the building is set up, it kind of curves in on itself, so you have to walk past the two, what would be booths, to get in. But they're round couches, like a pit, with like a tiny little way to get in, with like a little table in the middle, but you're basically sitting in a big circle.
Okay.
Okay. She sits down and she takes the three menus and grabs one more. She hands them to each of you, sits down, and explains the process. Basically, the way that this works is you choose who you think you might be interested in for a night of conversation. They have a meal, and basically you just get to talk to a human in the know.
Huh.
They are employed by us. You are, by all means, allowed to tip them any way that you see fit. You are also allowed to feed from them to a point. Obviously, no one gets hurt. If you feed from them, tip is highly suggested for them, due to the fact that they do have to take time off to recover. But basically what you're doing is you're buying them dinner. And then, in replacement, they're giving you dinner. We do have a couple of customers, however, who just come in for the conversation. So, that is how this place works. Also, we only deal in cash here. We can do credit cards and things like that. I try not to do checks. That makes things sticky. But definitely no boons, no favors, nothing like that. Understood?
Interesting.
It's my
very
kid's
cool.
idea.
What a smart kid you have.
He's a nice, enterprising young man.
It's like a modern take on an old idea. I really like it.
He came up with the idea, and then he met up with this group, the Penny Dining Club, and we were able to use the name because apparently there's a few of these in other states. So,
Franchised.
exactly. We are considering a place in the circulatory system too, but if that happens, we're looking towards some business I'd rather not get into.
Well, that's very cryptic and vague.
I don't know their practices. I don't trust their practices.
That's fair.
As much as I eat them, I'm not involved in human trafficking. So,
Wow. Yeah.
I'd prefer having people who are on my payroll, who are doing things of their own free will and trying to get through college or whatever. People get to feed safely here.
How are they letting you do this?
What do you mean?
I mean, obviously people have to know, and you have to have a wide enough menu selection for some people to know.
We do have a wide enough selection, and the majority of our staff entrees. I really don't know what to call them. The
Not
majority,
entrees.
some of them enjoy it. Some of this is
Right.
done. Some of this is done through the kink community, and others. This is also done through retainers that belong to other kindred throughout the city, who have allowed us to hire them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just selling books downtown. So yeah, coffee menu.
Okay. So there's the menu itself is interesting. She
Yeah.
hands you the menu over.
Dan's reading through the menu just out of curiosity.
There are photos of a bunch of very attractive people, and there only are about 12 on the menu. And it actually has the date at the top because they rotate. And there's actually one or two of them that say went home early with a sticker over it or something like that. And then like the next page is like all of the
It's just a teenager noise. It's fine.
Something fell over.
the next page is all of the incredibly expensive food choices that are there.
Kind of expensive, are we talking?
Well, we're talking about food that is well made. Now, there are things like burgers and stuff on there too, but you also have like lobster, steak. Breakfast items are very prevalent. High sugar, waffles, pancakes, things like that. There's a whole bunch of different choices. There is a coffee menu with a gourmet selection. But the prices are also taking consideration that these people are going to be fed from.
Yep.
So the prices are higher than what you would pay
Sure.
at a restaurant. But also, when you stop and think about it, makes sense.
Yep. I'm just gonna go,
It's really interesting, too, because the photos...
that decimal point needs to be over a notch before I can buy anything.
The photos actually come with, like, a biography of
Yeah.
the person next to them. Like, you're looking at a menu of a human being.
I'm guessing there is no like special organ menu in it.
You know, this is not a cannibal.
The cannibal
That's what I'm
buffet.
Unfortunately, no cannibal buffet here.
She will sit
Movie
and
was
basically just try to keep this woman's attention as long as possible by chit-chatting about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 attention, blah, 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 talk to me.
Dan quite clearly just happy to be here.
She at one point does go, I have to go check on the other guests, and just gets up and leaves abruptly. Like, she's just, when she's done talking to you, she has decided she's done talking to you.
I just put the
Just
menu
sitting
down.
in the tree.
I'm not
Got the
impressed.
background removed.
Pretty
Nice.
cool. But
It is. I'm not gonna deny that.
How?
But I'm
Use
unimpressed.
website.
Not enough
Achieve
white
it.
menu.
Send me the link
There's
to
not enough
that
of the white
website,
menu.
dude. I need to learn how to do that without bothering Laura, because he's not here.
No. You say
It's
not
not-
wide enough menu or
Yes, not enough white.
There's a...
not enough wide menu? Okay, that's. I misheard wide as white and was very confused.
He's got... He has a certain taste.
He only likes white meat.
So there is a nice...
Technically, I think awful counts as dark meat. So.
there is nice like 1930s 1940s music playing in the background, very low, like you have to try to notice that it's there. While that's playing, you do every once in a while hear the sounds that people make when people... You hear the sounds that people make when kindred other than your clan bite into them. Enjoyable noises.
Morning.
Some moaning. Some sharp intakes of breath. The scent of blood does kind of come into the air briefly. It's really nice, but it's also hidden behind the smell of syrup and steak sauce
Weird.
and French fries. It's a very interesting place. You see very cute waitresses. Everybody who's serving food is female. Anybody who's cooking, which you can actually see the white T-shirt, the paper hat. Like it
the
looks,
end to the
it's like
kitchen.
a '50s diner. There's milkshakes being put on the thing. It's a very interesting place. There's a soda jerk. There's a soda jerk and some candy stripers against one wall where they're actually fixing homemade sodas and things like that.
This makes all the sense in the world.
It's very nostalgic
Yeah,
for
this
those.
makes all the sense in the world. That's what
This
we
makes
were.
you think, what didn't I have this idea before?
There's actually
This place makes you have the idea. It's like, what didn't I do this before?
No,
There's actually a couple of
Like,
kindred
you look
sitting
at
with
older kindred. They're
their
gonna be
meals
hanging out here.
at the counter,
This will remind them when they
waiting
were
for
20.
booths to open. But they're in deep
feel
conversation, enjoying it. They're
How old are you?
actively trying to.
That's not fair.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that some people get touchy about that. It's so fascinating.
It's fine.
They're.
That's good news.
You can see the kindred actively using blush of life to look human, because
This is fascinating.
they're flirting.
Some crazy shit.
Fair.
There's a obviously food member on a counter who looks like she already had a taste. At one point in time, she's a little pale, like you might actually confuse her for kindred at first. And when she touches the hand of the gentleman she's with, he blushes. They get to feel normal here. They get to feel human here.
This is real strange.
It's adorable.
This is real strange.
Ah, it's adorable. This is
I haven't
fantastic.
decided if it's adorable.
One of the larger booths in the back, the curtain opens. You hear the swish of the metal rings across the rod that wraps around the booth. And you see a trio of kindred. No humans. They are sitting there with wine glasses filled with blood, obviously. That's actually they're running low. You can see the slick sides of the wine glasses that are coated, and you see Whistler, his hat sitting next to him in the booth. Took it off to be polite. His jacket is actually hanging up on a hook next to the booth, and you see James Merrick, which you have seen before.
Yeah.
And you see Billy Smith, which you've seen before. You've seen before.
Not here.
Oh, you're fucking...
He is.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have.
I'll probably have heard of Bill Smith though, since I actually did meet him.
When did you meet Billy Smith?
When I went to present myself, he would actually been there. Right?
Before he was Prince.
Yeah, but he would actually been there.
Possibly not.
Depends on if he was there at the
It
Elysium
depends.
that night.
Early 2000s.
Well, he's
If he
not
was
going to
at the
hang out
Elysium
all the
that
time.
night.
He's a
You
very
might have
busy
seen
person.
Merrick, though.
Merrick, yeah.
Merrick, you might have... Yeah, Merrick, you probably would have introduced yourself to Merrick. So you see the Anarch Baron and the Camarilla Prince sitting with your sire, finishing up a conversation. Oh, you've known that Whistler has gotten along very well with Merrick. You've heard nothing but angry comments about Billy Smith, though. He just does not like him.
Nobody else at the beginning, apparently.
But they're just finishing up. Merrick and Whistler both stand up at the same time. Billy takes a second because he's sitting towards the center of the booth. Which, there's a level of realization on any kindred who sees this happening. That Billy's in the food seat. The food would typically sit in the middle if two vampires were going to one place. Just an observance.
Yeah.
Billy's been promoted to food.
Not necessarily. It's just funny. But they stand up. Whistler looks over, sees you all, and nods. And they start heading out. Billy Smith stops and shakes John's hand and actually slips him some cash. And Merrick, He does the same, but he gives...
It's a quarter because he's a jerk.
No, he does give some money. He gives money.
Here's a nickel for
no,
the kid.
He slips
Monopoly
slips him some money, but he also gives Anna Roma a dirty look when she's not looking. And the two kindred that were speaking with Whistler will look the three of you over for a second. Billy Smith specifically stops and looks at you. Shakes his head and then heads out.
Cría fama y cuesta dormir.
Now, when they step outside, because it's just a glass front to the building, Merrick goes one way, Billy goes the other.
Who's that? Nobody important. Not anymore.
What?
Nobody important.
Whistler walks up. Which one?
The
She's talking about Billy gave her side eye.
Prince of the City.
oh, that's
Yeah.
Billy Smith.
Maybe he watches your show.
That would be most likely why he's giving you this.
Who did
Yeah.
you piss off?
A lot of people.
Probably everybody. Give him a couple decades.
So I
to get
assume
over it.
you have news.
A little bit.
Let
You
us
want to explain your
apparently
friend?
I managed
let's
to-
not hear.
Sure.
Apparently, I managed to irritate.
Your friend Christian lives
Accidentally
around the corner.
disrupt.
We can probably go over to him.
That'd be fine.
They'll let us use his parlor. So, a couple blocks away. Are we driving? Are we walking? It's just a couple blocks.
I'm
Is there
okay with
parking
it.
over there? We can walk.
Okay. You guys walked a couple of blocks. You're down towards Teeny's.
Finding parking down.
This is the way that Merrick walked when they left.
Okay.
And again, you get these interesting townhouse facades. And you come to a blue Victorian facade house. It looks like one of those houses that you see like in the stereotypical San Francisco pictures where they look like doll houses almost.
Yeah, the painted ladies.
Yeah. They this is where we're heading. It's a very beautiful place. The only thing that looks out of ordinary that catches your attention is the knocker on the door is a coiled snake, a cobra that's heading its cape up, and that's the handle for the knocker. So,
She'll rap on the door.
okay. A very young, fresh-faced black man answers the door. He's got round glasses. He's dressed well. Looks like he was trying to settle in for a night, for a night inside the house. Very short, cropped hair.
Can we go to
Howdy.
the back porch to yammer for a few minutes?
Yes, you may. And he lets you all in. When Whistler walks in after all of you, he will slightly bow and evade his eyes, shut the door, and then lead you all over to a parlor. It is a very nice library. There are Egyptian artifacts under glass. A large desk. There's a very smoky, cigars have been smoked in this room smell. There's a fireplace that is not lit. Looks like it has not been lit for quite some time. Refreshments?
Oh, I'm fine, thank
Your guess?
Okay.
Okay. And
you. You sure?
I'll be fine.
he will leave the four of you, you three and Whistler, alone. When he shuts the door, it does not seem like there was a door.
That's cool.
You want to explain about your not friend?
Oh yeah. another cousin,
Sorry,
apparently.
Yeah.
Borrow your name again.
Yeah, no problem.
You just know he's a Nesca. You don't know his first name.
Actually, but I will still know his by the reputation, right? His name by the reputation.
You would know that he's a high up, but you probably wouldn't know his first name. The Puttanesca are going to keep their information tight
Okay.
because you don't want to be able to identify him.
That one where there was a Puttanesca. For the look of it, who was on bitch duty.
Driving a car around down at the property. Wanted us to Masquerade real quick.
And
Yeah, he was
he's
not particularly nice about it.
and he's one of the higher up ones.
Whistler finds a high-backed chair, sits in it, hangs his hat off the corner of one, and lays his walking stick across his lap.
Like, this guy is the kind of guy you want to hire for an exclusive job.
All right, so a Puttanesca was hired for what?
Security for somebody in a fancy car as we're driving right on the property.
The property, as in the build.
The build.
The build.
The bill. Wow, this place is
You know about
famous
the
amongst
ghost
everybody,
fence?
apparently.
Do you know about the ghost fence?
What?
I have not been there myself. Yet.
Okay. There's a fence around the place. Made of ghosts.
So a fence on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fairly new looking.
That means there's a moliator in the city.
It's a pretty extensive fence.
Means there might be several moliators in the
That's what I'm
city.
thinking.
I will check with Henry Pittick and see if he knows anything. He's the Death Lord of the area.
Death Lord?
Much like a prince to the Camarilla, the Wraiths have their own hierarchy.
Have you met Danny?
I've seen the videos.
Seems like a lot of people have seen my videos.
I haven't.
You caused much anxiety.
Yeah, that wasn't on purpose.
What did you do in your on your life that pissed off everybody?
So I have a pair of bolt cutters and a camera is mostly what it was. I'm
Say
going
no-
around looking for ghosts.
Say no more.
And found a couple of places that, we
No
didn't-
less than 3, I was told.
You,
Who
Yeah.
was lucky enough to be your sire again?
Crow,
Oh,
Ah. Yeah.
you might be a mortician. Crow looks like a mortician. All the time.
Agreed.
If we had not taken Daniela in, the Nosferatu either would have killed her or taken her for themselves.
I can see that happening.
All right. A Puttanesca is not going to break their contract.
Nope.
The workers there.
They will shoot even.
No. The workers there seem weird, but I couldn't see any magic on them.
it was real sloppy. I wasn't paying a lot of
I said the
attention
workers
to them,
seem
but I think
weird,
We can
but-
assume.
Okay.
I was looking, the level that it struck me like Benny. The level of sloppiness they were.
Benny at my store.
Yes. He keeps breaking stuff, and poor
But don't tattle on
Pete is
Benny.
It's fine.
getting driven up. I feel bad for Pete. He's
I
trying
told him to
establish
break
the place.
things I was bothering.
See?
I told him to break things I was messing with Pete.
Mission
just
accomplished then.
I would just chuckle.
I like Pete. If I did not like Pete, I would not do these things. I feel sympathy for Pete.
Who says the Hecata
So I hate him.
sense of humor?
I see.
I want Pete to be informed of important things when it comes to this McCarthy issue. There is a very large chance, if my suspicions are correct, that McCarthy killed his mother.
Pete's mother?
Yes.
McCarthy's killed a lot of people. And wounded just about everybody else.
Okay.
In a bizarre ritual that seemed kindred related, Pete's mother was tied up and placed on the railroad tracks. Her head, specifically, on the tracks.
Yeah, that is.
I have reason to believe that McCarthy, as well as a pack of Sabbat Canaanites, may have been involved in this.
I didn't see McCarthy. Just saw the car. And like he said, the guy was
So
security.
McCarthy working with the Sabbat?
Possibly. I have suspicion.
God, you're dealing with a Sabbat.
It was McCarthy's contacts within the rail yard that stopped anything from being reported for a time. I do not know if that was just a Masquerade cover-up or if he was directly involved. But it was something very... He looks towards the door. You don't find them often in the Sabbat any longer, anyway. But there was a group, a clan within the Sabbat known as the Serpents of the Light. They practiced religious ceremonies very similar to us. And it seems possibly that his mother was used in a necromantic sacrifice.
I'm not real sure how he managed to get the land without anybody noticing.
That land, if... I do not want to rule out the fact this whole thing might be some large coincidence.
Sure could be.
It's highly doubtful. The fact that this McCarthy phlebotomy center, blood center, whatever, is being built on the exact location of Alistair McCarthy's...
It's actually within the building
Yes.
that's going up. It's still... Two versions of it are still
A
there.
lot
There's
of
a lot
pain.
of necromancy there.
A lot of pain. The shroud is destroyed there. There's almost no shroud there. That's why nothing has really been able to build permanently. And with the explosion last year involving the CERT operatives, the Second Inquisition.
That was Second Inquisition.
Yes, very much.
That's why they tend to grab people who do what you do and keep them quiet.
Yep.
Hunters.
There's been too much
Sometimes
trauma.
permanently.
There's been too much death in that one place. The shroud is shredded.
Okay.
Hashtag it's a passway.
Even if it has nothing to do with him
As
specifically,
we can
there's a lot of
expect, yeah.
necromancy being used there. None of us know anything about it. You don't know anything about it?
Or darn it.
I need
That
to
seems
see.
suspicious.
I need proof that necromancy is being used there. What necromancy has been used there?
What kind of proof?
Yeah, what do you need?
What is it? Has anyone seen necromancy being used there? What
I said I
what
could not
traces
see anything on the workers.
What traces of oblivion can you find in that location? Because if there is Hecata involvement, then I would need to know.
Right.
Now, the thing that
I'm
adds...
really careful to make sure that it's somebody over on the other side doing the actual work.
The thing that adds to the suspicion on this is that that land has always been in McCarthy's name. I don't know if this is possibly a family member, a descendant.
Yeah, they do family.
Do we know that for certain?
If you did, they all burned up. Or one would
I mean-
hope.
Could have been family from out of town.
It's not really how it works back then.
McCarthy is older than I am. I do not know when he was embraced, but I do know when he came here, he was embraced.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's gonna probably be an in-week kind of thing. He was
I've
asking-
actually
day-by-day
asked
thing
some
we're doing.
people
I
to
have no way
start
of
looking
checking in with
on
it right now.
into what we know from the normal side of things.
That would be good. Mundane information
Mundane
to find out if they
information.
can track anything. That's good.
Yeah.
Thinking about looking over at that little cute redhead's place again, the diner.
What's that?
I was gonna go back to the diner and see if I could get a med student or something. Ask about the new place being built, what rumors they heard. I don't know, y'all know anybody at the hospital or... Who do we know?
Pete.
I'm sure if Pete knew anything, he would have said something already.
I'm just saying, Pete's a coroner. I mean, even if he's
Well,
not
not right
currently
now.
working, he still knows people.
But he's still the city's head coroner.
Yeah.
So, his father was before him.
Family business.
Yes. But, he still works. He has no office at the moment. I believe he's doing the majority of his office through the police station at the moment now.
Yeah, so if anybody were to have hospital contacts, it would be Pete.
That's one way to do it. I also have a little pet that I have to collect tomorrow or the next day and just see.
Out of character, how do those things work?
They can send you images to your head.
Okay, so you can find
It's
images.
like a scrying kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can actively try to get the images now.
Yeah, I'm just some traits down if I do on other roles because I'm focused on that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to, in character, you are currently in a safe place.
Yeah, she'll probably, while everyone's chatting about Pete and Coroner, she'll probably stare
Just-
off in outer space and sort of see if there's anything coming
Okay.
in besides just being stuck underneath the car.
Now, since you are doing a type of scrying, I don't believe there's any description in this, but I'm going to add. When you do that, your eyes are going to blacken over.
Yeah, it does actually. It's supposed to do that.
You see at one point in time a man in a light colored suit so close to the ground, you know, so you really only get legs and stuff. You see blind bastard. You see a man. I'm sorry, I can't with Roman. You see a man in a light suit. You really can't make out the color with what's going on with the how dark it is. The fact that these are just kind of psychic flashes, and a man in a darker suit, walking through the construction area. Being followed slightly by someone else. There's 3 individuals walking around. You can see the workers' boots, your little skittering friend just avoiding being stepped on. It's also avoiding being out in the direct light.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, it does skitter across the ground, following them as fast as it can, going underneath cars, going up underneath machinery as they go into a building and shut the door. And you see your Putinesca friend that you've met tonight standing outside with a very large, very scary gun. So you know where he is.
They're on the property right now.
McCarthy is.
With somebody else? Yeah, closed door. The bodyguard's there too.
Does
Some
he have
kind
a big
of
gun?
Cannon, yeah.
Joy.
That thing can kill you in one shot.
It looks like a damn elephant gun. Worse.
How big is it?
Like a
Yeah, that's
not a gallon. It looks like a prop of some kind.
It is a modified burst rifle, for those of you who know what that is.
I do. Look different.
My character would not, but yeah.
That thing is a fucking dragon fire cannon.
So whatever they're talking about in that room, all secret, like it's worth killing somebody over.
If McCarthy has Wraith or Necromantic help, in some fashion.
It has to.
Sending a spy of our own on the other side to see what's going on might not be... We need to find out if there's actually any necromantic anything happening over there. Or, if possibly, the volatile properties of the land itself is just quarantined off by the wraiths. That could be a thing. They could very well have just put a fence around the fact that there's instability in the structures. And the fact that the humans are building on this. I cannot believe that it's a coincidence. But we don't know if this is, again, descendants or McCarthy himself. We need to find out.
Would
What
kind of
vampiric in
purpose
some nature.
is there to building on something unstable like that, potentially?
The fact that the shroud itself is tattered.
If there's so many spirits and so much wraith activity, there should be some altar of some kinds to do a ceremony that big.
Which is useful for necromancers, but not so useful for...
So if we can actually
So
spot
what
something like
is-
that, then that's our guarantee that
No,
they're
the
using
building
necromancy.
something in a place where the shroud is tattered is useful for necromancers, but not so much useful for anyone else. Which the reason to be building there suddenly points towards there being
They won't need to try to accomplish whatever oblivion they're using. They won't have to. The door is open.
which means odds are they do have necromancers in there.
Which is why I can't think it's a... That's why I can't think it's a coincidence at all.
We could talk to some wraiths in the area, see if they know anything about the fence.
Doesn't anybody know how to get a hold of building permits or anything that would indicate what it is we're actually looking at from a
Mundane.
mundane?
sense.
Yeah. No, no friends, no. Nobody that works
You know
for the
Michael's-
courts.
Valentino knows that Michael is looking into it, but he's also going through public records. That's not going to tell him what Kindred are doing.
Yeah.
Pete doing the same thing. He's digging as much as
We're
he
good
can.
at digging through the library, that sort of
Same.
stuff, but that's not going to tell you.
I gotta
Pull up any
working
weird,
on it,
creepy
but
stuff on the history of the place, but
It'll
that's
be just superficial information and wouldn't be like...
If there's a necromancer I don't know in the city, that needs to be found out. I understand that we're not as structured as the Camarilla. We're not as structured even as the Anarchs. But I do need to know who I'm in charge of.
yeah. And the fence, whether that's to keep things in or to keep things out, is a question. Who was built by?
Your phone is going to ring.
Let's say a name.
It's Michael.
Yo, kid, what's up?
Hey, I don't know how we're involved in this, but I just got a really frantic phone call, and they're asking for you specifically.
Did they left a name?
It's Anya.
On my way.
Post. It's midnight, in game and out of game. So tomorrow, or the next game session, we're going to continue from midnight.
Okay.
You got me in trouble! How could you? When first time you
Does
got me in
anybody have anything to say?
You hold my character sheet, right?
I
Finally have a
can't.
name for my sire.
Yes, I do want I want my copies of your character sheets
Well,
back.
let's just say there's a reason why the rest of the Hecata call the Putinesque what they do. If you look at it, it says the criminal Putinesque or the fucking Putinesque.
Yep. you on the way over to whatever you're doing, because you haven't been called to anybody.
Yeah.
Pete needs to meet with you.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go
My
ahead.
Pete or
The
Your
NPC
Pete.
Pete?
Your Pete.
The only
Okay.
thing that kind of sucks is because of
I
the position.
did not
I'm in.
realize-
Saint Pete.
Saint Pete, yeah.
Dude, I almost considered making him the same guy, except for the fact that Pete was already embraced.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that'd be perfect. He would do that stuff. But he got embraced by the Hecata already.
Yeah.
And you can't have a vampire touchstone.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to write Saint Pete just so I don't screw that up.
Yeah, because that's going to get confusing.
By
And
the way,
sooner or later, Dan's going to have to sit down with him and have a real conversation.
I'm going to go ahead and mark down that you are going to be out of town.
but available
Yeah.
for scenes if
Out of town
is you know
and unavailable, because...
I mean, seriously, my where my mom's at is a very small town up in the foothills of the mountains.
Fair.
The only thing that's out there for me to do is to go outside and play with goats.
Fair. I will
Okay.
They
be
are.
driving.
I'm going to mark you down as SPC status through text. Okay? That way we can contact, but we're not going to get that awful audio feedback and stuff, but I do want you involved.
Yeah.
But next game session, we're basically looking at the two of you and then the introduction of Daviga and Serendipity's characters, which is going to be
That
fun.
works.
Kind of sucks because my character's position.
Your character's position should not be that big of a deal.
I know. I mean, like.
What bloodline are they?
I was like complete opposite of where all the majority of the players were, and I don't normally do that.
No, you're being set up as an unintentional
I know.
antagonist to everything that's
I'm
going
being the
on.
antagonist / scapegoat if anything goes wrong.
You're actually just being put in a very odd moral position, because if you stop and think about it, Lorenzo here
Loyalty to
has to
family.
always be loyal to the family.
Oh shit! What is
You
that?
just
So-
ran off a whole bunch of your cousins.
He's not
I'm just saying.
he's not
So you're...
he's not being disloyal though.
Yet.
I love you all. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night,
Bye.
Cole.
I,
Take the loud ones with you.
I ran you guys off. I didn't shoot
Like I
you.
said, so far, fine,
Well,
but you
also,
can see
right
where
now-
that's setting up to be a problem.
Also, right now, you have no idea that there is a conflict of interest. You're doing a job
I
that
mean-
your family told you to do.
Yep.
The fact that this is a
I was
conflict of
told-
interest.
By my sire, aka Uncle Sal.
Show him
You'll
the picture.
do.
Show him the picture.
Which one?
The one that I found for you.
Oh,
The one with
God.
Uncle Sal. Yes.
We actually found a picture with Bobby and the avatar for Sal
Like a
together.
good avatar for Sal. because
Okay, I was
it's
like, I don't
perfect.
have one yet, so let's see.
Shit. What was, have you seen?
Is he missing a pinky?
No. Remember the penguin from Batman? Close.
Oh,
And it's
that
perfect. And it's perfect the situation. No.
yeah, he's a little thinner than I want him to be, but
It's being
yeah.
creepy as fuck. Touching his petting his hair. It's like, oh shit, that's just creepy.
That's good, actually. I like that. I know that actor. He's not as heavy as I want him to be, but I will work with that. Yeah, actually,
I just wish he was in a,
in the tracksuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, though, Sal wasn't missing a pinky. I updated that for 5th.
But you know what? You
Okay.
can't see his pinky in that picture.
Yeah.
So
He actually had a deformed hand where he only had 3 really fat fingers, like Ninja Turtle style. Because he was inbred originally. Like,
Yeah.
I was playing off the whole inbreeding Giovanni thing.
So this pretty much like this.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I sent you the link to the site I used.
Good. I need to use that crap.
All you have to do is hit upload, and it takes away the background.
Oh my god.
And then
That's
you just
handy.
hit save.
I just tried it.
That
too.
makes me so happy. All right, I think I have all the notes.
So yeah,
that I
photos,
need.
I'm not
scissors.
going to be here next week, but if you want to record anything, I'm free all week. I have
Okay.
nothing going on.
I'll figure something out. We are going to be going off of the time, like the way that time is going to work. So we'll figure out something. I'll probably at least send you some messages about the conversation.
Yeah,
With Pete.
Bloodlines are
because
Davida and Serendipity.
nothing going on all week.
To answer your question, David, Serendipity is playing a Giovanni, straight out La Famiglia Giovanni, and Daviga is playing a Milliner.
I mean, technically, I'm
That's
playing
pretty
a
good.
Giovanni, but I mean, I'm
You're
more-
I will point out.
Puttanesco,
That's a
Yeah,
separate
you're not
thing.
playing a harbor.
which means
bring
even
a
though
rock.
I'm Giovanni,
I'm gonna point that out right now.
they'll use the hell out of me, but they don't really
Yeah,
like me.
which
Yeah. Okay, so just so I know
makes
what's going on,
sense.
Valentino, you're at 2 hunger, and you're down a willpower, right?
Yeah. Which I'll make sure to mark on my actual character sheet.
Okay. Danielle, you're at 2 hunger,
Yep,
and you're down a willpower.
correct.
Can I help you, Roman?
This makes me so happy. Lorenzo, you are fine all the way across. I think you're at 2 hunger, and that's it.
Yep.
And Hattie is down 1 hunger. So we do not have to worry about that. And next game session, we will not be doing a rouse check.
Right.
So-
no rouses.
Did anybody do Blush of Life?
Yes.
Okay.
I think most people.
I figure
did. I did
honestly
not.
not
Yeah,
doing
I
the
did
one that
not.
didn't was
not doing the blush of life actually helps with the intimidation factor of my character.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to keep track because that lasts all night now. It's
Yeah.
not just a scene.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yay.
I said
Um,
I did not. I think those two definitely did.
What did you guys think about the... Did Hattie do Blush of Life?
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put a question mark, and I'm going to ask. What did you guys think of the Penny Dining Club?
I thought it was cool.
That's actually in the Forbidden Religions book.
Okay.
It's actually a lore sheet. But it is. It's just a bunch of little restaurants that have opened up. And I did not know it existed when I wrote this.
My first thought is, how the hell does the Camarilla allow that?
Right? Well, I mean, yeah. But no,
That's a lot of people to have to worry about Masquerade breach.
there's someone that I know who runs a Facebook page called Geeky Vengeance. And she is an amazing author. And she wrote this awesome
that you
story,
posted?
Strawberry
Yeah,
Syrup. And I've been wanting to take the time to make a video out of that since I first read it. She's actually asked me to do it. And she was supposed to have like real actors, voice actors, do the voices and everything. But I don't know, something fell through. She's told me I can do it still, and I just haven't had the time. But like, that inspired me to make
You have a
this.
decent microphone to actually do voices now.
I know, I'm excited. All
I'm
right.
actually glad you got that because I was actually tempted to bring in my own mic to let you
Yeah,
use.
yeah. No, I'm really glad.
Mine isn't nearly as nice. It's not really a name brand, but it gets the job done.
Daviga picked that up. So
Like, if we were to get cameras, like... I was thinking... Because I could probably
my
provide
God.
them. I could probably...
seating would have to be massively
The
different.
seating's the problem.
Seating would have to be
Especially
different.
when we have full table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we were able to like set a camera up in front of each of us
See if like
and start them all at the exact same time, which I'm sure is possible.
if we could set up the like a camera like on
It'd
a
almost
shelf
be
or
like-
something, and have
or-
it facing down at the table where we're all sitting.
Yeah, I think doing it like a Last Supper thing would probably be the easiest way.
Yeah.
Either that or, like, one camera up there.
It's
You know,
almost like
I
doing
do
it
have
like
a,
a Zoom thing.
A Zoom thing?
Yeah, you have your laptop sat in front of you. And,
That's
and you
true.
just record the Zoom meeting. Basically.
That's true.
And we ignore our screens,
Yeah.
so we just play.
do have
Oh, I'd
a-
live stream it if we were doing that.
Yeah,
I do have a fold-up
could then
table
live stream
that
it.
is actually fairly long, and if you wanted to do
I
it
have to
that
get my
route,
laptop, though.
I would just want to
I would
to make it look
Mine's still in
nicer.
the
We'd
shop.
probably just like throw a tablecloth
mine's still
over
in
it
the
or
shop.
something.
I'm going.
It's
Oh, it
just
turns
a
out
big,
the battery
long
was
plastic.
swelling
I do have a webcam, don't get me wrong. I do have a webcam
Yeah.
that I can detach.
Okay.
and-
I gotta
take it
stop.
to work.
I gotta stop this recording real quick.
I take it over because I play
We're almost at
tournaments.
3.5 hours.
Whoop.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
All right. Well, that was the very.
Let him call post.
That was the first episode of Thicker Than Water Black Sheep. The next game will start right where we left off. Unfortunately, we will not have Abelin's character or Gwen's character directly in person, but we are going to try to work out something where their character's presence will at least be felt. And we will also be having Serendipity and Daviga join us with their characters, and I'm really excited just to get all of you in the same room at some point. This is going to be amazing. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you or hear you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, get us all in the same room, provided we don't murder